Imagine a quiet morning, the world wrapped in a soft embrace of stillness. The air is cool, and you are here fully present, a gentle observer in the unfolding moment. Let your breath be a gentle tide, rising and falling, anchoring you to this space. Allow yourself to feel the rhythm of your body, the weight of your thoughts, and the beauty of simply being. With each breath, you create a sanctuary in your mind, a safe haven where all is welcome, even silence. Let us step into the day together, where simplicity reveals its profound depths. The kitchen hums softly, alive with the delicate sounds of morning awakening. Quiet rain begins to tap softly against the window, the rhythm echoing like a heartbeat, steady and reassuring. You stand before the sink, hands immersed in warm, soapy water. Each dish is a portal, an invitation to connect with the present moment. Chipped mug, a dinner plate glistening with remnants of breakfast, a fork that has danced between flavors of yesterday. As you reach for the first dish, the coolness of the ceramic greets your fingertips, the contrast against the warmth of the water. Feel how the foam envelops the plate, each bubble a tiny universe of shimmering reflections. The scent of soap is fresh and clean, mingling with the earthy aroma of rain-soaked soil outside. There is beauty in this mundane task, a dance of water and air, a cleansing ritual that unfurls before you as you begin to scrub. The gentle squeak of the sponge against the dishes sounds like a whisper, a quiet conversation between you and the porcelain. With each stroke, let your breath follow the motion. Inhale as you lift the sponge, and exhale as you release it onto the plate. In this simple action, the mind may wander, tempted by thoughts of the day ahead, the tasks yet to be completed. Notice this tendency, like leaves drifting on a stream. Then gently guide your focus back to the sensations at hand. Bubbles cascade down the sides of the plate like tiny dancers, swirling and twisting, gliding into the water's embrace. Each bubble is transient, a fleeting moment that captures light before bursting, reminding you of the beauty and impermanence. Here, in this act of washing, you are creating space, cleansing not only the dishes, but also the mind, washing away the clinging to what is not here, and nurturing an awareness of what is. Outside, the rain deepens, its melody shifting from a gentle patter to a symphony, each droplet a note in a nature's hymn. The window steams with the warmth of your kitchen, and through the haze, you catch glimpses of the world beyond a leaf that dances in the breeze. A bird in search of shelter, the earth glistening with the gift of rain. The kitchen envelops you in a cocoon of warmth and familiarity. The walls cradle your presence, and the cadence of your movements becomes a meditational, deliberate, sacred act of care. Mindful awareness expands as you move from each dish to the next, a mindful progression, like the passing of the seasons. Here lies the unfolding of now. With the rhythm of water, you notice more the weight of the sponge in your hand, the temperature of the water, the sound of your breath synchronizing with the rain's delicate patter. Thoughts may arise, like clouds drifting in an endless sky, plans for the week, worries that tug at you, dreams lightly dancing at the edges of awareness. Acknowledge them without judgment. Then return to the sensations. What essence remains in your hands? What textures? Cradle your fingers. As the last dish slips from the soapy embrace, you take a moment to stand in stillness, both physically and within. Rotary sounds of the water swirling down the drain create a quiet backdrop, a soft whisper of release. You gaze at the clean dishes, now resting like a constellation of clarity and purpose. Their surfaces reflect the warm light of the kitchen, sparkling as if they too understand the joy of simplicity. You wiped your hands dry on a soft cloth, the fabric warm and familiar, each fiber a reminder of tactile presence. And in that moment, you could close your eyes and breathe deeply, feeling the rich aroma of rain mingle with a sense of home within your heart. With every breath, you gather the stillness around you, feeling it weave into the very fabric of You're being dot, and for just a heartbeat. You are aware of the peace in simple tasks, the serenity that arises from mindful motion. The rain outside slows to a drizzle. Even the sound shifts, becoming softer, as if inviting the world back into calm. There is a clarity that blossoms within, a blossoming connection to the essential lesson of the moment. Here is life in its gentle unfolding, inviting you, time and again, to engage fully, to breathe deeply, to immerse yourself in the miracle of this very moment. As you step away from the kitchen sink, let the experience linger like warmth after a comforting meal. Each dish washed is a reminder that presence resides in the most ordinary of gestures, where mindfulness anchors you in the flow of life. You carry with you the gentle rhythm of raindrops, the hum of your breath, and the quiet realization that within simplicity lies the doorway to deep peace. Each moment is a chance to start anew, each task a gentle nudge to return to yourself, inviting you back home over and over again. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath, allow the air to fill your lungs, and as you exhale slowly, let the weight of the day drift away. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath, the soft rise and fall of your chest. Notice the sensations that greet you in this space, perhaps the texture of your clothing, the temperature of the air, or the quiet hum of the world around you. Here, in this sacred pause, you are invited to be fully present. Let your mind soften like a summer cloud, and as you do, open yourself to the unfolding journey that lies ahead. Imagine yourself in a cozy kitchen, sunlight spilling through the window like warm honey, filling the space with a soft, golden glow. The air carries the faint scent of lavender from a small vase on the windowsill. Mingling with the perfume of freshly brewed coffee, you stand before the sink, surrounded by a quiet clutter of dishes from the night before: plates, cups, a silver spoon, and a pot. All reminders of moments shared and meals enjoyed. As you turn on the faucet, the water cascades forth, a gentle stream that taps a soothing lullaby against ceramic and glass. You dip your hands into the warmth, feeling the comforting heat wrap around your fingers, a simple pleasure. The coolness of a soon-to-be clean plate brushes against your palm, contrasting against the enveloping warmth with the sponge in hand. Your fingers wring out the excess water, each movement deliberate and reverent. As you begin to scrub, the soft sound of the sponge gliding across the surface fills the air. It is a tender sound, rhythmic, like a heartbeat, a reminder of life's beautiful continuity. Each stroke becomes a meditation, each soft bubble that bursts, releasing a tiny note of joy, skating into the stillness, while the world beyond the window continues its dance, birds chirping, leaves rustling, distant laughter inside your kitchen. Time feels suspended. Your thoughts may drift, a curious tornado of memories and to-do lists bubbling to the surface, acknowledging their presence like clouds passing in the sky. You let them drift on by, returning your attention to the plate in your hands. As you scrub, the plate transforms beneath your touch. It becomes not just an object, but an embodiment of care, a vessel of nourishment. You pause for a moment to breathe, the warmth from the water wrapping around your hands like a soft embrace. There is something peaceful in the act of cleaning, a reminder that with each dish, you are also cleaning your mind, clearing space for presence. The soft clang of a spoon hitting the sink snaps your attention back to the moment. You notice the small gaps in the rhythm of your breath, the natural pauses, the stillness between your exhalations. In these fleeting moments, you find a sense of connection to the world. The sound of the dripping water becomes a symphony of presence, a song without words that speaks only of now. As you lift the plate to rinse it, the cool water tumbles down your skin, and for an instant, you're washed anew, the mundane transformed into the sacred. You allow yourself to feel the sensation, the surprise of contrasting temperatures, and the way each droplet slides slowly, gently away from your fingertips. Okay. In this moment, there is nothing but you, the water, and the plate, as everything else fades to a quiet whisper. You begin to stack the dishes on the drying rack, each one finding its place. In this act of arranging, there is a rhythm quickening and slowing, a dance of intention. You smile softly, recognizing that it is not merely the dishes you are placing. It is a small reminder of the beauty of order, the beauty of taking care of what you love. Each dish tells a story, encapsulating moments of laughter, comfort, and connection. As you look around the kitchen, the sunlight has shifted, casting long, gentle shadows that flicker like memory. You see a small spot of dust floating in the beam of light, a tiny traveler in the vastness of the room, drifting effortlessly as if it knows no haste. You feel a connection to that dust? Like it, you too are part of this infinite world, drifting through moments, absorbing experiences, surrendering to the tides of life. With each passing moment, an overwhelming sense of gratitude swells within you, a soft heartbeat of acknowledgement for the simple acts of life. You feel the weight of your shoulders release, the edges of your mind soften, and you breathe in deeper, forging a bond with the present moment, the only moment that truly exists. In this kitchen, you may realize a greater lesson. There is beauty in everyday encounters, an invitation to embrace the ordinary as extraordinary. The steady rhythm of washing dishes is a reminder that nurturing ourselves and our surroundings can lead us to a softer understanding, a quieter presence. You can let go of expectations, releasing the need for perfection, choosing instead to embrace the beauty of imperfection. As you finish, your gaze lingers over the now sparkling dishes, reflecting the sunlight like tiny mirrors, each one a testament to presence and awareness. You notice how the steam rises from the water, slowly dissipating into the air, as if embodying a fleeting thought, gently reminding you that everything is in a constant state of flow. You step back from the sink, feeling the energy of the room shift. The clatter of your morning rhythm gives way to a profound serenity. In this kitchen, you have not merely washed dishes. You have cultivated a moment of mindfulness, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary and stillness becomes a way of being taught. As you take one last lingering breath, allowing the tranquility to settle within you, gently remind yourself that even here, in the simplicity of washing dishes, there lies a deep well of insight. You are exactly where you need to be in the fullness of this moment, with a heart open to the beauty of the everyday. Carry this stillness with you, a light that you can return to at any time, anchoring you in the calming waters of presence. As you settle into this moment, take a soft breath, gently inhaling through the nose, feeling the coolness of the air as it enters your lungs. Hold that breath for just a heartbeat, and then, with a slow, deliberate exhale, let the weight of your day drift away like clouds across a summer sky. Allow your shoulders to soften, your hands to rest, and your heart to open to the world just as it is, unfiltered and whole. In this space of stillness, we will wander together through a simple experience, an experience that holds within it the potential for profound presence and the quiet of an early morning. When the sun begins to rise and the world is swathed in a gentle golden glow, you find yourself in the kitchen. The air is cool against your skin, a refreshing herald of the day ahead. You walk toward the sink, each step mindful, each footfall a tender connection to the ground beneath you. The dishes from last night still linger like whispers of yesterday's laughter and conversation. You turn on the faucet, and the sound of water rushing fills the air, a soothing melody amidst the stillness. As the water cascades, droplets dance and shimmer in the light, creating a symphony of tiny splashes and murmurs. You take a moment to watch, mesmerized by the fluid grace of the water as the bowl fills. Your focus narrows, and you can feel the temperature change, the warm moisture filling the space around you. You reach for a sponge, its texture familiar and comforting in your palm. Dip it into the soapy water, watching as bubbles rise and swirl, a universe unto themselves. Each one reflecting the shimmering light, each one alive with possibility. With intention, you begin to wash the sponge, gliding over the surface of a plate. The suds foam and gather, a frothy reminder of the gentle cycles of life. As you scrub, you can feel the resistance of the grime, the remnants of meals shared, the fingerprints of moments that have passed. And as you work, allow your thoughts to come and go like passing clouds, drifting without attachment. Just acknowledging their presence, you place the plate under the stream of clear water, and with a gentle tilt, watch as the bubbles slide off, carried away into a clean, pristine stream. There is satisfaction in this small act, a sense of accomplishment intertwined with gratitude for the nourishment this plate once held. Next, lift a silver fork, its surface gleaming like a shard of the morning sun. As the water flows over it, you feel the coolness of the metal contrast with the warmth in your hand. Each whisk of the sponge across its tines becomes a dance of partnership between your intention and the task at hand. You discover each piece reflects not just its form, but also the memories held within the laughter of friends, the stories told, the nurturing shared over meals. The rhythm of the task begins to envelop you. Rinse, scrub, set aside. Rinse, scrub, set aside. Each movement flows seamlessly into the next, a gentle tide of intention washing over you. The dish towel waits patiently on the counter, soft and inviting, ready to embrace the dishes as they emerge anew from their cleansing. You take a moment to pause, to surrender to the stillness that has unfolded around you. The rhythm of the world continues outside, but within this kitchen, time seems to expand, stretching moments into infinity and infusing the mundane with pure presence. The sunbeams filter through the window, casting playful shadows, creating patterns on the countertop, an intricate dance of light and dark. Your hands continue their work, but in this pause, you allow yourself to simply be. You listen to the subtle sounds, birds outside, a distant car passing by, the gentle hum of the refrigerator, one symphony of existence flowing into another. You notice the warmth in your chest, akin to the sun's light filtering through, a glow that resonates quietly within you as you finish washing and start to dry. The soft texture of the towel against the warm porcelain becomes a rich sensation, one that speaks to you about care and attentiveness. Each pat becomes a whisper of appreciation, a reminder that in every act, potential for mindfulness lies patiently waiting to be discovered. You reach for the last item, a beloved coffee mug, surface warm and familiar, etched with the memories of quiet mornings and sacred sips. You feel the contours and curves in your palm, a reminder of rituals that ground you in the present. With a gentle breath, you wipe its surface, remembering the warmth of the brew inside, how it nourished not just your body, but your spirit. And then, with each piece done, you look at the sink, now empty and pristine, and take a moment to breathe deeply. The task complete, a simplicity lays before you, a moment of mindfulness birthed from the everyday act of cleaning. It ebbs and flows, a gentle acknowledgement of cyclical nature, the intertwined threads of actions, thoughts, and being. Outside, the world continues on its own path, but for you, time has taken on a different shape. The dishes, once a burden, have transformed into a meditation. The act does not need to end. It extends into the day. You carry this presence with you into each interaction, each step, each choice, as you wash away the last remnants of soap with a flick of water. There is a reminder that each moment holds its own beauty, its own merit. You stand now, feeling the stillness in the air, knowing that the simplicity of being vibrant, alive, and aware of each moment is within reach at any time. With a final, gentle sigh, you let go of what was and embrace what is in the gentle warmth of the morning light. As the dishes have found their place in the drying rack, you realize that the true nourishment comes not just from sharing meals, but from the stillness cultivated in the acts of care. Each moment is an invitation to embrace presence and notice the beauty in the ordinary. And as you step away from the sink, may you carry this awareness into the vast tapestry of your day, a steady reminder that every breath holds a world of possibility, waiting patiently for you to arrive. In the quiet corners of your mind, where thoughts dance like leaves upon a gentle breeze, take a moment to breathe. Inhale slowly, filling your lungs with the present, allowing the air to fill you with life. Exhale, letting go of yesterday's burdens, and feel the weight dissolve with each breath. Picture yourself in a sunlit room, where the soft murmur of water calls you to be here, now. As we journey into the simple, sacred art of washing dishes, let your heart settle into this mindful moment. The kitchen ahead holds the scent of warm, soapy water, a mixture of lavender and bergamot, echoing the promise of renewal. You step forward, the cool tiles underfoot, a gentle reminder of the earth supporting you. Each step brings you closer to the deep porcelain sink, where the day's remnants await your gentle touch. Take a moment to pause, taking in the stillness. The world outside hums softly, a distant melody. You hear the unmistakable chirp of a sparrow, mingling with the rustle of the leaves in a breeze that dances through the window. It's a symphony of ordinary moments, and you are the conductor, orchestrating your attention to this very experience. As you turn the faucet, the water cascades, glimmering like 1,000 diamonds in the sunlight. The sound of water fills the air, a soothing, rhythmic lullaby. You reach for the first dish, a simple bowl, now speckled with remnants of the previous meal. Consider the journey this bowl has taken, from the hands of a potter to the warmth of your home. A warm smile spreads across your face as you recall the laughter shared over these meals. As your hands embrace the bowl, a gentle warmth spreads through your fingers. The smooth ceramic is cool and inviting. A tea, you dip it into the water, and bubbles rise in a frothy embrace, swirling like tiny galaxies in a vast universe. With the scrubber in hand, you begin to wash, feeling the soft friction against the surface. Each stroke is deliberate, both cleansing and releasing. Notice the scent of the soap as it blends with the water. A fragrant cloud that invites you to breathe deeper. Inhale, exhale. The small, circular motions of your hand mirror the ebb and flow of the water itself. As you rinse the bowl, the stream flows away, washed of yesterday, carrying away traces of the past. A lightness fills your spirit as each dish becomes ripe with possibility. You turn to the next plate, its edges worn yet familiar, a history shared with loved ones. As your hands glide over its surface, let your thoughts roam freely. But as they drift, observe them without attachment. Like clouds passing through a vast sky, each thought, each worry is light, temporary. Return your attention to the sensation of the dish beneath your fingers. There is safety in presence, a sanctuary found in the act of washing. Each clang of a utensil dropping resonates softly in the kitchen, reminding you that sound is also a part of this practice. They call to you, piercing the noise of your thoughts, grounding you once again in this small voyage of the mundane. Embrace these sounds. Weave a tapestry of life's motions and orchestra that performs just for you as you move through the dishes. Pay attention to the rhythm of your breath. Inhale whenever you dip a new dish. Exhale as you rinse the suds away. Allow the water to become a vessel of release, carrying away all that does not serve you. With each dish cleansed, feel an undercurrent of gratitude swell in your being. Gratitude, not only for the meal shared, but for the hands that held, the memories forged. He the sustenance that nourished both body and spirit. A soft breeze whispers through the window, and for a moment you close your eyes. The sun's warmth dances on your skin, pulling you deeper into this moment. In this space, time pauses. The world outside blurs gently, and you are left with the simple pleasure of warmth, water, and awareness as you stack the clean dishes. The daylight begins to shift, casting playful shadows across the kitchen counter. There is a beauty in endings, in the completion of a small task, as there is in every breath you take. With each echo of a clattering dish, the vibrations linger, a reminder of your existence. Intricately woven into this small experience, pause. For a moment, gaze at the transformed pile of dishes. Light streams through the window, illuminating your worker's small altar to the day's activities. Appreciate the simplicity of what has unfolded. In this everyday act, you have tended to a reflection of your inner world. Stay with that feeling, allowing it to settle like a gentle fog around you. In this simplicity, magic exists. As the warm water drains from the sink, it brings a sense of completion. With the last flick of the sponge, notice how the kitchen breathes anew, refreshed and alive. And as you wipe your hands dry on a soft towel, remember that each simple act is an invitation to live fully and presently with every ordinary task. You can find a moment of clarity, a whisper of mindfulness, a connection to the sacredness of life itself. In the quietude of the everyday, you discover the profound stillness that resides within. Carry this feeling with you, an unspoken promise, to return to this moment where peace and presence await you in every flicker of mundane beauty. In the quiet hour when dawn stretches its lazy fingers across the sky, there exists a precious invitation to pause. The world is cradled in tender luminosity, a glowing canvas waiting for your brush. With every breath, allow yourself to settle into this moment as the gentle sounds of a new day begin to awaken. Let your mind soften like the first rays of sunlight diffusing through the shadows. Feel yourself drawn into the beauty of now. There is nowhere to be but here, now. Imagine the soft patter of feet on cool tile, the whispers of morning wrapped around you like a cozy blanket. You're standing in the kitchen, the heart of the home, where the air is scented with the reminiscence of yesterday's meals. The sun is rising, casting golden light through the window, a spotlight illuminating the simple act of dishwashing. You fill the sink with water. The sound of water cascading is rhythmic, almost musical, each drop a reminder of life unfurling. The bubbles form and dance, shimmering like tiny stars against the deepness of the basin. With each moment, the image of yesterday blurs, and here you are. You look at the dishes, remnants of laughter and stories shared as evidence of life lived fully. There is the plate with the faintest smudge of tomato sauce, the glass that once held cool lemonade, and the knife, a tool whose sharpness is softened now by warm, soapy water. Pick up a plate. Feel its weight in your hands, familiar, yet inviting in its simplicity as you immerse it in the water. The warmth envelops your fingers. The soap forms slippery rivers that swirl around. You watch as the bubbles glide, jubilant and carefree. It is an invitation to be like them, to flow effortlessly, to embrace whatever state you find yourself in at this moment. You scrub gently, the soft sponge gliding along the surface, a tender caress of familiarity. The kitchen is now awake, the sounds of the world outside beginning to stir. From a distance, a bird chirps, its song crisp against the gentle hum of the day. You pause, allowing the sound to wash over you, a symphony in the morning quiet. Each note is a reminder of connection, of shared existence. You lean into the moment. There is nowhere else to be. Thoughts flit by like leaves caught in a gentle breeze. Tasks undone, the to-do list awaiting attention. And yet, In this moment, those thoughts are not burdens, but clouds passing in the vastness of your mind. Acknowledge them, nod as you would to an old friend, and let them drift away. You return to the sensation of water, the steadiness of your breath anchoring you, the ebb and flow of life held in your hands. As you rinse the plate, the water cascades, forming little rivulets that tumble over each other, giggling and dancing. You watch the droplets bead and gather tiny worlds of shimmering clarity, each one a moment of existence before joining the stream and flowing away. Just like the day ahead, fluid and uncertain, yet filled with potential. In the soft glow of the morning light that bathes you, you continue to wash. The subtle scent of lemon soap fills your senses, fresh and inviting, a reminder of renewal. This kitchen, your sacred space, holds stories and laughter, tears and joy. Every moment an echo of life. You pick up a cup, familiar and warm. It has cradled the warmth of your morning coffee, a vessel filled with countless dreams. Ceramic. Surface is cool and smooth against your fingers, and as you wash, you notice the intricate patterns etched into its side. Lines that have witnessed all your thoughts and reflections. You take a deep breath, feeling the air expand in your lungs, nourishing you as surely as the coffee once did. And then, in this serene rhythm, a thought emerges. Each action, each sound, each moment washed away is a gift. In the midst of what could be routine, a revelation surfaces. There is beauty in the mundane. The stillness of your heart, steady against the noise of the world, embraces the ebb and flow of this task. Here in the kitchen, every sudsy flourish, every drip and splash is a connection to the present. You finish rinsing the cup, placing it carefully on the drying rack, its form standing proudly among the others. A soft sigh escapes your lips, and for a moment you stand still, soaking in the essence of this reality. The warmth of the sun now pours in with abundance, and in that golden light you sit, not just in this moment, but within the vast universe that flows around you. Your hands continue to work, a dance with the sponge and dishes, guided by the rhythm of your breath. The chores dissolve, transforming into a moving meditation, the ordinary becoming extraordinary in the act of pure presence. With each scrub, you find calmness. With each rinse, there is release. As the last dish finds its place, you step back to admire the clean surface, glistening like it too has been given a fresh start. In these quiet moments, you reflect not on what lies ahead, but on the beauty of reflecting upon what has just passed. You pause once more, breathing in the scent of the soap mixed with the aromas of a new day. Each inhalation an embrace of possibility. This ordinary ritual of washing dishes is a quiet gift, a reminder that within life's ebb and flow, there is stillness and beauty to be found. In the gentle rising of the sun, in the soft whisper of running water, you have discovered the treasure of presence. As you finish your task, to take a moment to stand in the basking warmth of the morning sun. Let the silence hold you, cradling each thought, each breath in a tender embrace. In this quiet space, know that the ordinary can become extraordinary, that there is peace in presence, and that every moment holds the promise of stillness. Carry this awareness with you as you step beyond the kitchen into the unfolding day, grounded, present, at peace. Breathe in softly, feel the gentle rise of your chest, and let your attention settle into this moment. The world is alive around you, humming softly like a distant lullaby. Allow yourself this sacred space to pause, to listen, to feel. As we embark on a simple journey, immerse yourself in the beauty of the ordinary, where each breath is a reminder of the now, each flicker of thought an invitation to return to the present. Let go of the weight of the day, cradling the gift of stillness that lies waiting. Imagine a kitchen bathed in the soft, golden light of late afternoon, where shadows stretch long and gentle across the tiled floor. The air is fragrant, imbued with the warmth of a meal recently shared. A sink full of dishes recalls the laughter of friends and the clinking of glasses, the symphony of life. Now, settled to a hush, leaves only the quiet solitude of soapy water and a single sponge. Patiently waiting, you step closer, the cool tiles grounding your feet, and a welcome sense of calm washes over you like the first breath of dawn. With soft hands, you grasp the sponge, its texture familiar, yielding under the warmth of your fingers. As you dip it into the water, the shimmering surface ripples like a gentle breeze across a still lake. Each drop a moment in time, you begin to scrub, the rhythmic motion drawing you deeper into yourself. Each plate is a universe of experience, imperfect and marked with the signs of nourishment, shared remnants of the beloved meals once savored. Feel the warmth of the water gently touching your skin, the way it glides over your hands. It's not just dishwashing. It's a connection to the very act of caring, not just for the dishes, but for the essence of the moment. The sound of the water is soothing, a whispering lullaby that speaks of life and vitality. There's a small content hum in your throat, a reflection of the tranquility that envelops you. As you scrub, you let go of expectations. The plates may not shine as brightly as the stars, but in their imperfections lie stories worth cherishing. In this moment, they are vessels of love, a testament to gatherings, two laughters shared over candlelight, two stories woven into the fabric of connection. Thoughts drift in and out like clouds shifting across an open sky, some heavy, spring, light, each just passing through. You notice them, allowing them to float on by without clinging to their shapes, acknowledging them with tenderness. Here, in the gathering of the ordinary, there is no rush, no obligation. There is only the space to be present. As you rinse each item, the cool water cascades, sparkling in the fading sunlight like tiny jewels. You watch as the suds slip away, drawing a parallel to the unfiltered moments of your day, the fleeting anxieties, the little joys, the quiet frustrations. Just as the suds dissolve in the flowing stream, so can worries ebb away, leaving behind something clear and unfettered. Now, as you reach for the silverware, the soft, clinking song of fork against spoon sings a new refrain, tuning your ears to these small sounds. They are all part of this beautiful orchestra of existence. You pause to savor the notes. With each piece you hold, you imagine the stories they've housed, celebratory toasts, comforting meals in times of need, laughter spilling over the edges. You find yourself lost in the wonder of the mundane, the feel of the warm water matching the spring-like softness of your heart, the scent of dish soap mingling with the fading light, the brilliant transparency of now. There's beauty in this simplicity, a recognition that life often unfolds, not in spectacular fireworks, but in the gentle flicker of the everyday. As your hands weave through the tasks at hand, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the windows. Reflection. The lines of worry and joy intertwine across your face, and you smile, embracing this human experience with all its complexities. Movement slows, and you find a rhythm, your heart aligning with the gentle pulse of the world. In this sanctuary of momentary stillness, there is peace, unwavering and tender. Your thoughts begin to quiet, is acknowledged, but left to drift. Like feathered leaves on the surface of a pond, the last dish slides into the rack, and with it, a sense of completion settles upon you like a soft blanket. You catch your breath, feeling the weight of the world ease, even if just a little, with each passing minute. The kitchen is now a canvas of your presence. It's an expression of love for those who have shared in these moments. You turn off the faucet, and a final plink echoes as the last drops join the rest in the sink. Savor the silence now. It is rare and precious, a reminder of all that is unhurried and whole. You stand for a moment, scanning the brightening space, taking in the stillness. With a soft smile, you turn toward the window and gaze out, soaking in the brilliance of the world beyond. Beyond this window are the rustling trees, their leaves dancing lightly in the evening breeze, and, you see, it's for a fleeting moment, the interconnectedness of all things. You breathe in deeply, drawing in the crispness of the air, as if to welcome a part of the universe into your being. There, in the simplicity of washing dishes, is a profound wisdom revealing itself. Here lies the reminder that every task, however small, holds within it the possibility for becoming more. In this moment of presence, peace, and appreciation, your spirit expands and contracts like the gentle ebb and flow of the tide. As you complete your embrace of this moment, let it linger within you, a tender whisper, a gentle reminder of the beauty nestled in the fabric of everyday life. May you carry this awareness forward, finding grace in each act. And may the quiet dance of ordinary moments become a familiar theme in the symphony of your days. Let go, my friend, and keep this stillness in your heart as you step back into the world, grounded and at peace. In this moment, allow yourself to arrive fully, here and now. Breathe in deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, and then exhale slowly, releasing all that does not serve you in this time. Let the world around you come into focus, the gentle sounds of life whispering in your ear. Each breath is an invitation to settle into the fabric of the present, to unfurl the edges of your mind and embrace the sensations of your body, each heartbeat, each pulse. As we embark on a simple journey together, let your thoughts float by like clouds in a clear sky, and prepare to immerse yourself in the everyday miracle of being alive. Once upon a morning, with the sun stretching lazily over the horizon, a soul found themselves in the soft glow of their kitchen. The faint hum of the city outside was a steady rhythm, like an old song you know by heart, comforting and familiar. Here, in this small space, filled with simple objects, a ritual awaited washing. The dishes, the sink, and unassuming basin was filled with remnants of the night before, the scattered remnants of intimacy, laughter, and fullness. Plates stacked like small stories, each one a testament to a meal shared, laughter echoed, or a quiet moment taken. Hints of rosemary and garlic clung stubbornly to their surfaces, while a glass, half-mooned in silver splendor, caught the morning light like a gem. Gently, the soul rolled up their sleeves, the fabric whispering against warm skin, and turned on the tap. Water flowed, crystalline and alive, cupping their hands like a gift. As it danced over the porcelain, it sang a sweet song, a melody of purity, of transformation. Each droplet, a tiny universe in itself, glistened and reflected the world, welcoming the soul to release the need for anything beyond this moment. With the first dish, a simple white plate, they began. The sponge felt cool, nestled in the palm of their hand, the texture contrasting with the smoothness of the plate. As the soapy water lathered and enveloped, the mind began to wander. Yet, as thoughts drifted like autumn leaves, they gently guided their awareness back to the task at hand. The sensation of the sponge gliding over the surface became a meditation. The rhythm of the scrubbing, the bubbles forming and bursting, unfurling like little bursts of joy. All these small events combined to create a profound sense of connectivity. The scent of the dish soap filled the air, a sweet, clean aroma evoking memories of childhood, cues bustling with laughter and warmth. As they focused, the outside world faded slightly. The chirp of birds floated through the open window, mingling with the distant honking of a car and the soft whistle of the wind. Each sound became a note in a symphony, a gentle reminder of life's ongoing orchestra. With every breath, the soul inhaled this music, feeling it weave its way into their being, grounding them further in the singular act of washing. another plate. A bowl with remnants of last night's soup awaited. The warmth of its ceramic cradled in their hands sparked a flicker of gratitude. Gratitude for nourishment, for sustenance, for the comfort of home. With gentle strokes, the sponge worked away the remnants of the meal, a reminder of impermanence. What was once whole was now transformed into cleanliness, a thought brushed by life to head its cycles. Moments embraced and moments released. The bowls and plates mirrored experiences, gathered together, shared, and eventually washed away. The rituals of tidying up reflected the inner landscape, clearing away the clutter of a busy mind. One surface at a time. Suddenly, a tapping sound rippled through the air, a soft drumming at the window. A gentle rain had begun, a silver mist that kissed the earth, filled the air with fresh scent, and danced on the leaves. As the rhythm filled the space, echoing the movements in the sink, there was an exquisite alignment of flow between inside and outside, the soul and the universe. Water poured through a cracked open window, as if inviting the elements in. Each dish rinsed felt like an offering to the morning's soft embrace. Each drop that cascading vibrantly clung to their hands was a small reminder of the beauty in the simple act of being alive. Moving on to cutlery. The spoon reflected a spark of light, and for a flicker they looked closer, seeing the tiny universe. Caught within its surface mirrored reflections of the kitchen, the soul, the world, all there in one small object. It invited a smile, recognition of the treasures nestled within the ordinary, while the dishes continued to fill the sink. A thought emerged. How often do we rush through the mundane, yearning for something more? Here, in this moment, it was about embracing the immediate ritual, the quiet, the flow of water and suds, the simplicity of existence, as the final dish found its place in the drying rack. The soul stood for a moment, noticing the fresh scents mingling in the kitchen, the remnants of soap and the soft cloud of damp air. They took a deep breath, allowing the sensations to fill their being, a sense of gratitude washing over them, a lightness emerging amidst the stillness. And there, in the afterglow of the simple act of washing, an understanding began to settle. Like the stillness outside after the rain, life is both intricate and serene, both hectic and calm. All that exists tends to ripple outward, quietly touching all parts of life, waiting patiently for us to embrace it. As you come back to this present moment, allow your breath to guide you. Reflect on the beauty wrapped in the ordinary, a gentle reminder that each moment teems with potential and simplicity. It's like washing a dish. Life's fullness can be uncovered when we slow down, pay attention, and allow ourselves to be present, revealing the stillness of drops awaiting to teach us something profound. In the quiet of the early morning, when the world is still draped in the soft embrace of sleep, take a moment to breathe. Inhale deeply, feel in the air, fill your lungs, and exhale, releasing any tension nestled in your body. Let your awareness settle on the present, like dew on the blades of grass. Feel the subtle hum of life awakening around you. A gentle rain begins to touch the earth, a rhythmic patter against windows and rooftops, inviting us to slow down and listen. This story, like the rain, opens a doorway to stillness's chance to explore the beauty of simply being. As dawn crept softly over the edges of the horizon, a steady rain began to fall. It wasn't the kind of downpour that startled the senses. Rather, it was a delicate shower, whispering tenderly to each surface it kissed. The air felt cool and fresh, rejuvenated by the moisture, as if the world itself had taken a breath. Anna stood by her kitchen window, a steaming cup of tea cradled in her hands, watching the rain create a symphony of sounds, gentle pattering on the rooftop, the occasional splash as droplets merged and fell from the leaves. With each sip of tea, she could feel the warmth within her, a comforting contrast to the coolness surrounding her. She took a moment to savor the rich aroma drifting upwards, a blend of earthy warmth and subtle sweetness. As she set the cup down, she felt an urge to engage with the day, to embrace the ordinary experiences that awaited her, starting with the simple routine of washing dishes. Stepping to the sink, Anna rolled up her sleeves, feeling the soft fabric brush against her forearms. She turned the faucet, the water flowing forth in a clear, glistening stream, and the sound filled her kitchen steady, calming, almost musical. She filled a basin with warm water, watching the surface ripple gently, the steam curling and rising like tendrils of thought, one by one. She gathered the plates and utensils from the previous night's dinner, their surfaces still tinged with remnants of the meal. This dish was like a tiny world unto itself, stories etched into the ceramic and stainless steel. As she lifted the first plate, she noticed the weight of it in her hands, a familiar heft, a reminder of shared meals and laughter. There was something sacred in this routine, an unspoken reverence for the nourishment they had received. She dipped the plate into the soapy water, the bubbles rising and shimmering like tiny orbs of joy. The scent of lemon soap mingled with the freshness of the rain outside, creating a fragrant moment that lingered in the air. With each stroke of her sponge, she focused on the sensation, the smooth glide against the surface, the gentle resistance as she scrubbed. There was a meditative quality to the rhythmic motion, a dance between her hands and the plate. A moment of true connection. The rain continued to fall, its melody merging with the sounds of her quiet labor. She paused for a moment, listening deeply to the patter on the roof, allowing herself to get lost in the sensation. The rhythmic drops felt like a kind of heartbeat, reassuring presence that filled her home, whispering messages of resilience and renewal. Gently, she brought her focus back to the plate, rinsing it in clear water now, watching as the lilting bubbles cascaded away, carrying with them the remnants of what once was Dot. As each plate and glass emerged sparkling from the water, Anna felt a lightness within her, an unfolding of thoughts and feelings, a release of any lingering burdens. She began to notice the way the sunlight filtered through the clouds, the soft glow illuminating her kitchen, casting playful patterns on the floor. It was as if the rain was revealing a deeper layer of beauty, one that existed just beneath the surface. While washing the silverware, she contemplated the stories they held, each fork and knife, each spoon used to share moments of joy, sorrow, and celebration. The act of cleaning became an honoring of these memories, a way to embrace the past while letting go of its remnants. As she polished each utensil, she felt gratitude wash over her, a gentle reminder of the small pleasures of life that often went unnoticed. With the last plate dried and returned to its place in the cabinet, Anna stepped back and took a breath. The kitchen was transformed. A space that had felt chaotic was now a sanctuary of calm. She could feel the energy around her pulsating gently, as though it too was awakening. Aligned with the rhythms of the rain outside now, her gaze turned toward the window once again. Droplets cascaded down the glass like tiny rivers, their paths unpredictable and free. Each droplet caught the light in a unique way, fracturing the world beyond into a prism of colors, greens and blues, the soft hues of a spring day. Dot. In that moment, Anna understood that life, much like the rain, was a series of beautiful uncertainties. There would be days of sunshine, and there would be storms. Yet, in the stillness of this rainy morning, she felt a profound sense of peace wash over her. Embracing both the known and unknown, she realized that the richness of life lay in its ebb and flow, its ups and downs, its moments of stillness woven through the rhythms of the everyday. And so, as the rain pattered softly against the world, Anna stood in her kitchen, anchored in the present moment, and felt a quiet promise within her. Time stretched like the clouds above, and in this stillness, she found clarity. It was in the simplicity of washing dishes, the attentiveness to each sensation, that she discovered a profound truth. Life unfolds beautifully when we allow ourselves to simply be, to embrace the ordinary as extraordinary, and to trust in the gentle, persistent rhythm of the present moment. In the soft embrace of a quiet afternoon, when time feels both still and abundant, let us take a gentle breath together. Inhale deeply, allowing the air to fill your lungs, the coolness of it awakening sensations long forgotten. And as you exhale, notice the warmth of your body, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, a rhythmic dance of life unfolding. In this shared space, let go of a day's worries, like leaves drifting down a serene stream. Each thought a momentary ripple. As we settle into the now, a sanctuary of presence awaiting us in a modest kitchen where sunlight spills through the window, illuminating the dust motes that hang lazily in the air. A woman stands at the sink. The dishes, a small mountain of ceramic and glass, wait patiently for her. A gentle clinking as she gathers them, quiet symphony of plates and cups, creating a melody that invites her to pause. She rolls up her sleeves, feeling the cool chill of the porcelain against her skin, sharp contrast to the warmth enveloping her heart as she runs warm water from the faucet. Watching it swirl and cascade into the basin, she allows herself to be fully here. The steam rises, wrapping around her like a comforting embrace. She takes a moment, feeling the warmth on her face, and closes her eyes just for a heartbeat. Tender stillness fills her as she listens to the water's song. The gurgling laughter as it fills the sink, almost as if the water itself is celebrating the simplicity of existence. With a soft sponge in hand, she begins the work, each stroke intentional, as if each dish were a heartfelt story waiting to be uncovered. The scrub of the sponge against the surface of a mug echoes memories, shared laughter over tea, late night chats enveloped in warmth. Each dish tells a tale. She caresses the curves of the rim, her fingers tracing the paths where time has left its gentle marks. The scent of warm, soapy water rises, its sweetness intoxicating, anchoring her to this moment, lost in her reverie. Her mind occasionally flits away a to-do list, vying for attention, reminders of tomorrow clamoring for space. Yet, with each breath, she gently guides her awareness back, like a mother coaxing her child to listen. The simple act of washing the dishes becomes a grounding ritual, a thread weaving her back into the fabric of the here and now. A plate slips from her hands, splashing water against her arm. She pauses, startled for a heartbeat, feeling the cold sensation on her skin. Instead of judgment, a smile breaks, the laughter bubbling from within as she wipes her arm dry. This moment, too, is woven into the tapestry of her experience, reminder that imperfection is part of the beauty of life. The rhythm continues. She dips her hands into the bubble-laden water, noticing how the light dances on the surface, creating tiny rainbows of fleeting display. The sound of water swirling, echoing softly in the stillness of the kitchen, becomes a mantra. With each dish that becomes clean, she feels a weight lift, not just from her hands, but from her heart. Each rinse, each wipe, an offering to herself, a tender act of care amidst the chaos of life. Outside, a bird sings its song, twisting through the open window, threading its way into her consciousness. She drifts momentarily into that sound, surrendering to its simplicity, the effortless flow of nature emerging right alongside her own simple task. It's the chirping, vibrant and alive, marries the mundane with the magical, reminding her that connection is everywhere. As she cleans and rinses, she notices the bubbles forming on the sponge, so delicate, yet so full of life. She holds it gently, as one might hold a fragile dream. The froth kisses her fingers, and she watches intently as they cling to the sponge before surrendering back into the water, beautiful in their temporary existence. How, like thoughts, they are formed, fleeting, dissolving back into the vast sea. of awareness, and then, with a delicate swish, the last cup leaves her hand, the final piece of her puzzle. Her gaze steadies, resting on the cleansed dishes lining the rack, glistening under the sunlight. Each one stands proud, reflecting not just light, but the heart holds within her. In this simplest of moments, she experiences a profound connection to the world around her, breath mingling with the air, water whispering its secrets, and her heart opening in gratitude with a soft sigh. She wipes her hands dry on a dishcloth, the fabric's texture grounding her further. In this act, she acknowledges the grace of presence, the grace of doing and being. What once felt like a chore has transformed into a sanctuary, a refuge of stillness where the mundane intertwines with the sacred, where dish soap becomes sacred oil and sink water a holy stream. She pauses one last time, a gentle smile gracing her lips. In this brief silence, she recognizes that this moment, so ordinary yet profound, mirrors the exquisite nature of life itself, constant ebb and flow, a myriad of experiences, each carrying their own essence. She stands tall, finding herself once more anchored in the beauty of the now, feeling gratitude swell within her as she steps away from the sink. Heart whispering its gratitude, she learns that every moment can be an invitation, an open door into the realm of mindfulness. In the stillness of her heart and the clarity of her mind, she carries this essence with her, a soft reminder that peace is always accessible, waiting patiently in the everyday rhythms of life. With every breath, she knows she will return again and again to the whispering stream of now. Imagine yourself standing in a quiet kitchen where the world outside seems to fade into the background. The gentle hum of the refrigerator fills the air, a soft reminder of life continuing on. Take a moment to settle into your body, feeling the weight of your feet on the cool tile beneath you. Breathe in slowly, allowing the breath to fill your lungs, and as you exhale, release any tension that lingers. Like a leaf carried away on a gentle stream. Here, in this moment, you are invited to explore the simple act of washing dishes, to feel the textures and scents, the sounds and silence as they weave together in the tapestry of your day. The sun had settled into a crimson dusk, spilling its warm light through the window and casting a haze over the kitchen sink. The dishes lay before you, remnants of a meal shared, a stack of plates, a few forks, and a saucepan whose surface glimmered like an old starry sky. In this space, they beckoned your attention, inviting you into a meditation of presence. You reach for the sponge, its texture familiar and soothing to your fingertips. The coolness of the water draws your hand towards it, the droplets rhythmically pattering as they splash against porcelain. With each pass of the sponge against the plate, you can hear the soft whisper of water cascading into the basin, a gentle sigh that matches the breath of the evening. As you begin to scrub, time seems to stretch. The world outside your kitchen is merely a story playing on repeat. You catch a glimpse of the trees swaying outside, their leaves dancing gracefully in the fading light. Each moment becomes a world of its own, the act of washing the dishes blooming into an experience more profound than the task at hand. You focus on the sensations. The warmth of the water wraps around your hands like a comforting embrace, while the soap releases bubbles that rise like tiny orbs of joy. You watch them, round and glistening, catch the light, and momentarily hold it before bursting into a cascade of shimmering droplets. There is beauty in this simple act, a reminder that even in the mundane, there exists grace. Your mind begins. 2 wander thoughts flit in and out like restless butterflies. A fleeting worry about tomorrow's meeting. It's the memory of laughter from dinner. It's the echo of a conversation from yesterday. You gently acknowledge these thoughts, like clouds drifting across a wide sky, and as they pass, you return to the feel of the sponge in your hand. Each movement becomes intentional. You rinse the plate, noting how the water swirls and cascades, drawing away any remnants of the food. There is a sensation of letting go, a lightness that accompanies the act, as if with each dish washed, a burden is lifted. Your breath flows naturally, in and out, in harmony with the warm water that dances against your hands. The rhythm of your work becomes a meditation. It's punctuated by the low voice of the night creeping in through the open window. A distant car hums softly down the road. The rhythm creates a soothing score to the unfolding moment. The air is tinged with a hint of lavender from the dish soap, grounding you further into this experience, inviting your senses to awake fully to the present. A hint of gratitude bubbles up within you, a recognition of this sanctuary. Here, in the kitchen, surrounded by simple utensils, there is no rush, no judgment, only the quiet presence of awareness. You ponder briefly on the food that nourished you, the hands that prepared it, the laughter shared, and the connection felt. It all floods back in, a river of warmth flowing through you. You lean slightly closer to the sink, feeling the softness of the sponge transitioning between textures, the smoothness of the plates, the cool hardness of glass. Each dish tells its own story, a fusion of lives intertwined over laughter and comfort. As you continue, your mind reflects on how washing these dishes is more than a chore. It is an act of love, a testament to the relationships that breathe life into your home. And then a shift occurs. In the quiet thrum of the water, you feel time begin to dissolve, as if each drop holds the universe within it. Your breath becomes deeper, softer, as the steam rises gently. It curls and twirls, whispering secrets of the moment's grace, inviting you to let go of anything not contained within this sanctuary of now. The dishes seem to sparkle with each wash, catching the light like fleeting memories. You set them in a rack, letting them drip and dry naturally, just as thoughts do in the mind. The acceptance of how things are feels like a balm, cocooning you in an embrace of non-judgment. Each thought, each task, simply is, finishing with the last silverware. You pause for a moment, allowing yourself to feel the weight of this practice, the stillness within the rhythm. As you wipe your hands on a soft towel, there is a shift in the surrounding air. A stillness settles like a snowfall, muffling the chaos of the world outside. On the kitchen table, remnants of dinner linger, a half-empty bowl of fruit. You glance at it, noticing the interplay of colors, vibrant reds, lush greens, and warm yellows, each telling a story of life, nourishment, and time passing. You smile gently, a reminder that in even the simplest of moments, beauty resides. Beneath the surface of routine, insights begin to surface, not as directives or resolutions, but as gentle waves lapping at the shore of your consciousness. You remember that these small acts build the foundation of a mindful life. In the ordinary, the extraordinary often waits quietly to be noticed. You let out a soft sigh, releasing any lingering thoughts, just as you let go of the damp towel. It feels good to be here, rooted in this quiet kitchen, anchored in the present, where time feels both infinite and tender. As the last rays of sunlight slip away, darkness dances into the kitchen, comforting you in its embrace. The world outside continues its busy song, but you remain anchored in this quietude. You take one last deep breath, carrying with you the energy of this moment, a gentle reminder that in every dish washed, every breath taken, lies the vast horizon of the present. In this simplicity, may you find peace, even as you step back into a bustling world, forever touched by the dance of steam and silence. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath. Inhale slowly through your nose, allowing your lungs to expand fully. And exhale gently through your mouth, letting the day's worries drift away like clouds across an endless sky. Feel the sensation of the air as it enters and leaves your body, as if you are participating in a gentle dance. Let your shoulders soften, your neck release its tension, and your heart open to the simple beauty that exists in this fleeting moment. Here, in this space of stillness, we can embrace the ordinary as extraordinary and find tranquility in the rhythm of life. In a small, sunlit kitchen, the day began not with a rush, but with a quiet unfolding. The golden light filtered softly through the window, casting playful shadows on the countertop. A sink full of dishes awaited, each one a tiny world unto itself. Small plates with remnants of breakfast, cups that held remnants of warm tea, and silverware that reflected the shimmering dawn. As she approached the sink, she felt the coolness of the ceramic tiles beneath her feet, grounding her as she stood poised at the threshold of this daily ritual. With each step, she invited herself into the heart of the moment, beginning to appreciate the simple task ahead. Her hands, warm and calloused from years of creating meals and memories, hovered over the soapy water, the fragrance of fresh dish soap gently wafting upward, mingling with the scent of the morning. She turned on the tap, listening as the water danced into the basin, the sound of it cascading like a gentle waterfall, soothing in its rhythm. There was a small thrill in watching the water swirl and bubble, as if each droplet were an opportunity for mindfulness, an invitation to be completely present. With a mindful breath, she dipped her hands into the warmth, feeling the satin smoothness of the bubbles as they formed. Each bubble held light, refracting into tiny rainbows that played across the walls, and, for a moment, she became one with their joy. As she began to wash, she took her time, embracing the sensations, the slickness of the plates, the gentle resistance of the utensils, and the satisfying weight of the cups. Her mind wandered like a leaf on a stream, drifting to memories of laughter around the table, of conversations that flowed as freely as the river outside her window. With each item she handled, she whispered a small thanks of gratitude for the nourishment they provided, the hands that made meals, the moments they celebrated together. Her thoughts began to settle. Thoughts of yesterday mingling with fleeting worries about tomorrow. Yet, as the water enveloped her hands, she felt the quiet pull back into the now, into the rhythm of scrubbing and rinsing. The sponge glided across the surface of a plate, and in that motion, she observed the gentle tension between dirt and cleanliness, chaos and order. She surrendered to the simplicity of it all, letting the water wash away not just the grime, but the burdens that seemed so heavy just moments before. Shifting her focus with each new plate, she noticed the glisten as the water cascaded off, revealing the understated elegance of ceramic and glass. It was a reminder that even in the act of cleaning, there is beauty of clarity that emerges from the mundane. She breathed in the steamy air and let her mind rest, absorbing the warmth around her, feeling it seep into her skin. A soft caress from the day. The room remained quiet, save for the rhythmic sound of water and the occasional chirp from the birds outside, welcoming the dawn. Time began to dissolve into the simplicity of the act itself, that creative dance between water, soap, and the everyday things that inhabited her kitchen. As she turned to the next item, a silver spoon, smudged from its recent use, she placed it in her palm, pondering its history in familial gatherings and quiet mornings alone. It was a small object, but it held stories, a legacy in its shine. She rubbed her thumb along its cool surface, and in that moment, the universe seemed to expand and contract to encompass just her, the spoon, and the soft echo of the world around her. Here I am, she whispered gently to herself, in this moment, right now. And with that acknowledgement, she let go of needing to rush. The spoons would sit in the drain until they dried. The plates would wait until the next meal. Hay was here, embodying presence and purpose. Each item became an invitation to be aware, to breathe into the now as the last dish emerged from the sink. She paused, looking at the soap suds, glistening in the waning sunlight. They reflected a myriad of shimmering colors, like fairy lights in a darkened room, tiny wonders to behold. With the final rinse, she set this plate on the drying rack. Brow furrowed in focus, her heart stirred with contentment. Looking around the kitchen, she felt a swell of appreciation for the space she had filled with life and love, a sanctuary that bore witness to growth, to practice, to learning in the everyday. She breathed deeply once more, allowing her heart to cradle the stillness of this moment and honor it with a quiet reverence. With newfound clarity, she wiped her hands dry, casting her gaze upon the now empty sink. There was no clutter, just a promise of what was to come, each day beginning anew with its own unique gifts. What joy it was to participate in this cycle, to revel in the unremarkable yet profound task of living fully, tenderly tethered to each moment in this still space. She slowly turned toward the window and truly noticed the world outside for the first time that morning. Trees swayed gently in the breeze, and petals danced from their branches. The sun warmed her face, pouring light into her soul, and she smiled softly, nurtured by the sight. Every breath taken, every second spent, a reminder that life flowed on. And she was a part of this great, unfolding tapestry, an ever-changing masterpiece that was both fragile and resilient. As you take a moment to reflect upon this simple story of washing dishes, may you too find beauty in the ordinary, a gentle reminder of the sanctity that lies in presence. Life is a series of moments woven together, sometimes messy, often magnificent. In recognizing the poetry of each breath, each thought, and each action, we can cultivate a space of peace within, a quiet sanctuary that endures through the ebb and flow of our days. Remember, always, to find joy in the act of simply being, and let the dance of water and light guide you home to yourself. In the stillness of this moment, allow yourself to settle into the embrace of your breath. Inhale gently, feeling the coolness of the air fill your lungs, and then exhale slowly, releasing any tension, any thoughts that flutter like leaves in a breeze. Notice the rhythm of your breath, the way it comes and goes, much like the waves lapping at the shore. In this space, here and now, there is nothing to chase and nothing to hold on to, just you, the world around you, and the simplicity of being alive in this very moment. Imagine a kitchen bathed in the soft, golden light of late afternoon, where shadows play on the walls like dancers in a gentle waltz. The air is filled with the subtle scents of herbs from the garden just outside the window. Thyme and basil linger, reminding you of meals shared and laughter echoed in this warm space. The dishes from the day's meals wait patiently in the sink, their porcelain glazed in memories of nourishment and comfort. You stand before the sink, a simple faucet above inviting you to draw forth the essence of life's richness, a steady stream of warm water. As the water rushes out, feel its warmth envelop your hands like a soft embrace, washing over the skin, gentle and soothing. You take a moment here, allowing the sensation to flow through you, anchoring you in the present, where worries and to-do lists fade like whispers in the wind. One by one, you lift the dishes, each one a story in itself. This plate cradling the remnants of last night's pasta, a shiny fork reflecting the sunlight, a mismatched cup that held morning coffee, and stories of quiet moments shared with loved ones. As you dip them into the warm water, you can almost hear the soft sigh of gratitude from the plate as it relishes the embrace of this cleansing ritual with each dish. Let your mind settle into the rhythm of the task. The gentle clinking of porcelain against porcelain resonates in the stillness, punctuating the quietude of the afternoon, a symphony of mundane beauty. Notice how your fingers glide over the surface, bubbles forming like tiny stars in the galaxy of the sink, soft foam whispering against your skin. Each movement becomes a meditation, a dance of presence, as you scrub away the remnants of meals past. Visualize the act of cleansing as a releaser, letting go of what no longer serves you. With each stroke of the sponge, imagine rinsing away not just the stains from the dishes, but also the thoughts that cling stubbornly to your mind. Release them into the flow of water as they swirl down the drain like fleeting clouds parting. In the sky, in this moment, you are neither rushing nor lingering. You are simply here, aware of the sensations that rise and fall like tides upon the shore. The softness of the sponge, the warmth of the water, the scent of soapy fragrant, reminder of care. Let each sensory detail envelop you like a warm blanket, cradling you in known comfort. And yet, amid this soothing rhythm, thoughts may arise, flitting like butterflies against the window pane of your mind, an unopened email, a conversation left hanging in the air, or a worry about tomorrow's weather. Acknowledge these thoughts without judgment, like clouds passing in the sky. They drift by, momentary shapes against the blue expanse of your awareness. You can return to the warmth of the water, to the sound of clinking dishes, and the steady rhythm of your breath as your hands continue their work. Notice any tension released from your shoulders, your jaw, and your hands. You are here, in this kitchen, surrounded by the quiet hum of life, the distant sound of a lawnmower outside, the chirping of birds perched in the trees, a gentle wind rustling the leaves. Each note a reminder of connectedness, a reminder of how life unfolds all around you, regardless of the tasks at hand. One by one, the dishes become clean, a transformation both simple and profound. Each time you rinse a dish, watch as the bubbles dance away like fleeting thoughts that evaporate upon arrival. The dish reflects not just the afternoon light, but the serenity you cultivate with every mindful act. As you set the dishes in the dish rack, allow a sense of completion to wash over you, a quiet joy that arises from the act of caring. It's the act of presence. As you take a step back, allowing your mind to rest, notice the kitchen around you. Sun casts long shadows, the last whispers of daylight blending with the promise of evening. What stories do these walls hold? What warmth have they cradled? Each untouched object speaks of history, each crack in the counter a testament to the life lived within these walls. In this moment of stillness, perhaps you can feel a deeper connection to the ordinary, finding beauty and peace in the uncomplicated. There, in the hue of the moment and the caress of the water, is an invitation to return to gratitude, to ground yourself in the present, a gentle reminder that life's richness often resides in the simplest of acts. As you turn off the tap, the water's final splash resonates in the silence, creating a space where stillness lingers, inviting you to reflect. The dishes are now clean, transformed, and so are you, each mindful act imbued with the essence of presence. In this kitchen, in this fleeting afternoon, take a moment to acknowledge not just the actions you performed, but the deeper connections you fostered with yourself and the world around you. You may carry this stillness with you, a quiet reservoir of peace, ready to be drawn upon as the day unfolds. In this moment, let us pause. Take a deep breath, inhaling the softness of the air around you. Feel the weight of your body settling into the surface beneath you, grounded and still. As you exhale, imagine releasing the worries and distractions that often fill your mind, like clouds drifting away from the sun. In this space, everything outside fades, and all that remains is the simple act of being here right now. As you listen, let the words wash over you, carrying you gently into the present, where peace resides in the mundane. As the morning light streams softly through the kitchen window, it casts amber hues across the countertop where a few dishes await the caring touch of water and soap. The air is filled with a quiet hummed the refrigerator's gentle whir. The distant chirping of birds greeting the day, and the tender rustle of leaves swaying in the light breeze. Here, in this sanctuary of the everyday, the ritual of washing dishes invites you to slow down and immerse yourself in the moment. You stand at the edge of the sink, feet planted firmly on the cool floor tiles, grounding you. The gentle warmth of the water spills from the tap, filling the basin with a lively pulse. As you turn the knob, the sound of water cascading becomes a soothing melody, a symphony of the ordinary. Each gurgle and splash echoes a reminder that life unfolds in rhythm, one moment flowing into the next. The dish soap, a small bottle with a bright label, awaits your touch. As you pour a generous dollop into the water, the liquid transforms into a frothy cloud of bubbles, glistening like tiny glass orbs. You dipped your hands into the soapy embrace, feeling the coolness give way to warmth and invitation to connect with the here and now. Lifting a plate, you notice its texture beneath your fingers, smooth, cool porcelain marked by the memories of care. Past meals, you start to scrub, taking your time, moving in circles, feeling the gentle resistance against the sponge. Each stroke is deliberate, a meditation in motion as foam envelops the plate like a tender embrace. The sound of water swishing and the rhythmic squeak of the sponge become your focus, pulling you deeper into the present. With each plate you wash, you begin to notice the thoughts that arise of fleeting worry about the day's tasks, an echo of yesterday's conversations, a flicker of anticipation for tomorrow's uncertainties. Instead of pushing these thoughts away, you allow them to float by like leaves on a calm river. They come and go while you remain anchored in the simple act of cleaning. As you reach for a fork, sunlight glimmers off its silver surface, illuminating it for a brief moment before you place it in the water. You feel the cool metal against your fingertips, a juxtaposition against the warmth of the sudsy water, a reminder that life is full of contrasts, both delicate and strong. Scrubbing each utensil, you find a rhythm, a flow, an unspoken promise to be present with every action. To honor this time with awareness, a sensation of gratitude begins to bloom within as you watch his dish, a vessel of nurturing, a memory of shared meals, laughter around the table, the comfort of connection. With each scrape of food residue, you release not just dirt, but the remnants of yesterday's worries. You breathe in the clean scent of the dish soap, mixed with the lingering aromas of the kitchen, perhaps a hint of lemon or lavender, brightening the quiet air around you. The last dish rinsed and placed on the drying rack. You take a moment to step back and observe your handiwork, a small collection of gleaming treasures. The light dances off the clean surfaces, each item a testament to the care you've given them. The stillness envelops you, inviting a breath of deeper awareness. The kitchen hums softly. Nothing is lacking, and in this moment of completion, peace settles around your heart like a warm shawl. You lean against the counter, hands still slightly damp, and take a moment to simply be. The world spins on beyond these walls, but here the kitchen, filled with light and warmth, time feels suspended. You notice the sensation of air grazing your skin, the gentle tug of gravity, the steady rhythm of your breath flowing in and out. And then, as if in unison with the size of the world, a thought emerges, simple yet profound. Here, in the act of washing dishes, you have participated in the sacredness of the ordinary. There is beauty in the mundane, a quiet brilliance in the routine. As you step away from the sink, you carry this sense of connection with you, the stillness of suds, the flow of water, the practice of presence. Each moment, whether filled with joy, challenge, or simple tasks like these, holds a depth waiting to be unearthed. You are invited to bring this awareness into all aspects of your life, recognizing each day as a new opportunity to embrace the ordinary miracles that abound. As you take a final breath, filling your lungs with the awareness of the present, let the space of the kitchen linger in your heart. With each day, Find the beauty in your own moments, knowing that peace resides not in absence, but in the embrace of the ordinary, where mindfulness can transform the simplest acts into profound experiences. Carry this awareness into your world, for in each breath we rediscover the wonder of simply being alive. Imagine, for a moment, the gentle sigh of the world as you close your eyes, softly inhaling the air that wraps around you like a warm blanket. Each breath is a tiny wave, rising and falling in the ocean of your being. Allow this moment to cradle you, welcoming thoughts as they drift by like leaves on a serene river, observing them without a need to grasp or push away. As you settle into stillness, let the weight of the day soften and prepare to embrace a simple, ordinary experience, the art of washing dishes in the quiet heart of a modest kitchen. Light pours through a window like liquid gold, casting warm fingers upon a sink that holds yesterday's remnants. You stand before it, a collection of plates and cups gathered as if they were softly beckoning you to attend to them, to invite your presence into the rhythm of their cleansing. As you reach for the first plate, the smooth ceramic is cool against your palm, a welcome sensation grounding you in that moment. The world fades, and in its place, there is only you in this dish, this fleeting heartbeat of existence. With each drop of water that the faucet releases, a gentle symphony begins, a melody of splashes and trickles that fills the air. Soothing and serene, let the water run ever so slowly. Listen, hear how it dances against the sink. Each droplet a note in a lullaby only you can hear. The sound reverberates around you, calming every thought into stillness. With the sponge in hand, you invite the bubbles, watching as they swell and burst, rising like tiny clouds to the surface. Each one a promise of renewal. The scent of soap mingles with the warmth of the sunbeams striking the counter, a fragrant reminder of home, of care, of nurturing the ordinary. You immerse the sponge in the water, feeling it absorb the essence of its purpose, becoming one with the task at hand. As you begin to scrub, allow your hands to glide over the surface of the plate with gentle intention. There is a gracefulness to this motion, a gentle dance. Feel the circular movement, a soft rhythm that mirrors the turning of the seasons outside. As the warmth of the water seeps into your fingers, and you can feel the tension dissolving with each stroke. You are here, fully present, a simple act becoming a profound meditation. Glancing out the window, catch a glimpse of the world outside, a tree swaying lightly, leaves shimmering in the breeze, a reminder of the life that buzzes around you, oblivious to your slow, cleansing ritual. In this moment, you are unhurried, flowing with the rhythm of the everyday. As the plates begin to stack neatly beside you, a sense of accomplishment stirs within. One by one, each dish becomes a canvas that reflects your attention, your mindfulness, like a mirror reflecting your heart. You pause to notice the droplets that cling to the edges, sparkling in the lighted, delicate moment that exists because you have chosen to be here, fully alive. The clatter of a fork against the countertop brings you back to your sensations. You reach for it, noticing its weight, the coolness of the metal cold against your fingertips. Turning it over, you observe its gleam, a small artifact of the meal shared, the story spoken. How often do we forget to acknowledge these simple tools that navigate our lives? As you place it into the warm water, you feel a quiet appreciation for the life that is unfolded around this utensil, the laughter, the conversations, the love. Each piece tells a tale, a reminder that every existence has its own story, woven through connections that hold meaning. You wash with a soft intention, allowing the warmth of the water to carry away the day's residue, not just from the fork, but from the mind as well. The sounds of the kitchen are a delicate tapestry. The faucet's bubbling chorus harmonizes with the distant hum of life outside. Perhaps a neighbor's laughter the faint whistle of a kettle, or the rustling of leaves against the breeze, all melding into a sanctuary of sound that envelops you in its embrace. You become part of this symphony, and in this shared existence, there is peace, as the last pieces are rinsed and dried. You take a moment to reflect on the clarity that has emerged. In this simplicity, you find yourself. You have carved out space for breathing, for noticing, for simply being. The kitchen feels transformed, a sacred space where the mundane becomes extraordinary through the lens of your attention. With a final touch, carefully set the last dish upon the drying rack. In doing so, you realize that the heat of the moment lingers long after its completion. The act of washing has unveiled a deeper understanding of presence, a mindfulness that transcends time and place. You stand a little taller, feeling the weight of clarity and calmness envelop you, a soft embrace from the world as you turn to leave the kitchen. The sun continues its gentle descent, casting long shadows that stretch across the floor. With a sense of grace, with a newfound appreciation for the ordinary, you take one last glance at the dishes, now clean and gleaming. A testament to the beauty that resides in the act of attentiveness and care. In the quiet aftermath of this simple journey, allow a moment to settle. Each breath carries the echoes of mindfulness, a reminder that even in the most routine of tasks, there lies an opportunity for connection, clarity, and presence. Let this awareness linger like the gentle ebb of water, embracing the stillness, and carry it with you, the whisper of this moment, etched in the landscape of your heart. In this moment, as you settle in, let your breath be the anchor that gently invites you to the present. Allow yourself to arrive, aware of the weight of your body against the surface beneath you, and the soft rhythm of your breath coming and going, like waves caressing the shore. Close your eyes if it feels right, and as the world outside continues its dance, immerse yourself in the sanctuary of now. Notice the subtle hum of life around you, the whispers of air, the flutter of thoughts, so fleeting like clouds drifting across a clear blue sky. In this unfolding narrative, we will step into the art of everyday existence, finding peace in the simple act of being. It began on a gentle morning. Candace seemed to embrace the day with a soft light filtering through the kitchen window. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, mingling with the last remnants of yesterday's meals. Plates and cups lined up like sentinels guarding the sink. You find yourself standing there, the warm water gushing forth from the tap, echoing, a soft symphony that resonates in your heart as you fill the basin. The water cascades with a bubbly song, a melody that invites awareness. Standing there, you might feel the warmth rise from the sink as the steam wraps around you like a gentle hug. The first dish, a ceramic plate with a history of shared meals, rests in your hand. You take a moment, just a moment, to feel its coolness, the smooth glaze under your fingertips. With the dish soap in your palm, you pour a small amount, watching as it transforms into a frothy cloud. Bubbles swirling, each reflecting tiny prisms of light. Breathe in, feel the scent, sharp yet soft. The fragrance of cleanliness that stirs a comforting familiarity deep within as you start to scrub. The sponge glides against the plate like a quiet whisper. The rhythmic motion is soothing, repetitive, gentle, reminder of the beauty of routine. You match your breath to the cadence of your scrubbing. In and out, the dance of your breath harmonizing with the rhythm of your actions. You become aware of the sound of the water. It's a soft trickle against the porcelain, murmuring a soothing refrain. Each dish emerges from the soapy depths, revealing its polished surface, glistening like a jewel under the morning light. With each rinse, you let go of yesterday's tiny fragments of worry and doubt, drifting away with the warm, swirling water, disappearing down the drain. In this simple act, time softens, stretching into a vast expanse. You observe thoughts weaving in and out, some like leaves caught in a gentle breeze, others heavier, sinking like stones. Acknowledge them, these thoughts that float by, and let them be, like clouds passing over the expanse of your mind. No need to hold on or push away. Just allow them to drift, like smoke dissipating into the air. The song of birds enters through the window, filling the kitchen with their cheerful chorus. A soft breeze, carrying the scent of blooming jasmine from the garden, flutters by. And there's a moment to pause, where time stands still. You let the sound of the water and the birds intertwine. A tapestry of nature weaving itself through the fabric of your morning. The last dish comes to rest in the warm water. You take a moment to breathe, feeling the water against your skin as you plunge the sponge deep into the soapy embrace. As you scrub, it's as if you're polishing not just the plates, but your own heart, rinsing away the grime of yesterday's thoughts and fears, revealing the pure essence beneath the stillness that lies within. You take a moment to pause and look around. Observe the kitchen. It's the sunlight filtering through the leaves, casting playful shadows across the counter. In this space, you find tranquility. You notice a sensation in your chest, a gentle warmth, an expansion, a quiet pulse of gratitude for this very moment. This unremarkable, yet profoundly beautiful act of washing dishes. The water turns cooler now, the last remnants of warmth fading away. You reach for the drying cloth, its texture comforting against your hand. You pat each dish dry, the soft fabric absorbing the last of the droplets, and with each pat, the world around you comes into sharper focus. Each plate, each glass holds a story, a reminder of laughter shared, conversations rich with connection, moments treasured as you place the dishes on the shelf. You feel a sense of completion. It's a circle that is rounded back on itself, and acknowledgement of the process of doing, the joy of presence. The task is not just about cleanliness, it's about connection with yourself, with the world around you. You stand for a moment at the sink, letting go of any lingering tension in your shoulders, dropping them down from where they'd inched towards your ears, back into relaxation and the quiet aftermath of your effort. The kitchen is now a sanctuary, a witness to your blooming awareness. The light has shifted, casting a golden hue across the countertop, illuminating the space with a warmth that feels alive. You step back and take a deep inhalation, a full belly breath that swells and expands, reaching every corner of your being. The world outside continues its bustle, but here, in this moment, with your hands dried and the kitchen cleaned, you find peace, a stillness that rests just below the surface of this ordinary day, a kind of stillness waiting for you to tap into it whenever you need. It is not the washing of dishes that brings joy, but the way in which you surrender to the act each moment, filled with intention, presence, and acceptance. As you move from the kitchen to the next part of your day, carry this awareness with a gentle reminder that mindfulness resides within the simplest of tasks, always available to touch your heart. Now, as you slowly return your attention to the space around you, bring with you the stillness you discovered in the act of being present. Let it fill you, an inner reservoir of calm you can draw upon whenever you need. With a gentle sigh, open your eyes if they were closed, and remember that in the fabric of everyday life, there is always the possibility to weave mindfulness, to find beauty and peace amidst the ordinary. Embrace this moment, for it is here, and so are you. As the sun begins its soft descent, casting elongated shadows across the landscape, take a moment to settle into this space. Allow your breath to flow naturally, and ebb and flow like the tide. Inhale deeply, filling your lungs with the freshness of the evening air, and exhale slowly, releasing any remnants of the day that linger in your mind. Here, in this suspended moment, you are invited to simply be, to feel the weight of your body against the earth, to notice the sensations within. You and to embrace the quiet serenity of the now. Let the world fade gently away as you embark on a story that lives in the heart of everyday life on a tranquil evening. Just as the day begins to sigh itself into night, a woman named Clara stands at her kitchen sink. The world outside her window is painted in shades of soft lavender and gold, the sky alive with a whisper of clouds drifting lazily by. The dishes from dinner are piled high, waiting patiently. Each plate, each fork, has a story to tell, their surfaces glistening with remnants of the day's meals. Clara feels the coolness of the porcelain as she picks up a plate, the slight weight grounding her in this moment. She turns on the tap, listening to the water as it rushes forth, a soothing cascade that dances against the stainless steel sink. It sings a quiet melody, one that matches the rhythm of her breathing. With both hands, she submerges the first dish into the warm water. The steam rises gently, enveloping her face like a tender embrace. She closes her eyes for a moment, allowing the warmth to wrap around her, cocooning her in a feeling of safety. The aroma of the dish soap mingles with the scent of the fading day, a reminder of simpler times, of kitchens filled with love and laughter. As she begins to scrub the plate, the gentle friction between her sponge and the surface creates a satisfying sound, a soft scratch that echoes in the quiet of the kitchen. She focuses her gaze on the dish, noticing the patterns on the ceramic, the tiny imperfections that tell tales of meals shared and stories lived. Each scrub is a meditation, an invitation to be present. Time meanders, and with it, her thoughts float in and out like puffs of clouds. She observes them without judgment, allowing worries of tomorrow and reflections of yesterday to drift away, replaced by the simple act of washing. Clara finds herself captivated by the delicate dance of water droplets that fall from the plate, sparkling as they catch the last rays of sunlight. With each dish she cleans, memories unfurl, laughter shared during dinner, the warmth of companionship, the comfort of connection. She immerses herself deeply in this experience, feeling the smoothness of the plates and the texture of the sponges, grounding herself in the tangible world around her. There is a soothing repetition to her actions, a certainty in the rhythm of her movements that brings a gentle calm to her heart. As she moves on to the silverware, the metallic coolness sends a shiver up her spine, a contrast to the warmth of the water. She pauses to savor this moment, feeling the weight of the fork in her hand, tracing the intricate designs that mark its surface. Each piece, no matter how small, is a vessel of memories, and she allows herself to be carried back to gatherings filled with love, to laughter that echoed off the walls. The teapot sits quietly on the counter, memories of Sunday mornings spent sipping tea flooding her mind. Clara reaches for it, feeling the smoothness of the ceramic, the warmth that lingers in her palms. She lets herself momentarily be swept into the past, letting the thoughts flow like water, the slow pouring of her heart's contentment into routines that may appear mundane but are laced with joy. As she turns back to the sink, the water sparkles with a life of its own, dancing in the light. The sound of splashing becomes a symphony, each drop creating ripples of sound that reverberate throughout the kitchen. How curious it is, she thinks, how such small actions, the simple washing of dishes, can invoke deeper reflections on life. She notices the peace that settles within her, a stillness that arises from her connection to each moment. With a gentle sigh, she reaches for the dish towel, its fabric warm and inviting against her skin. The act of drying each piece becomes a practice of gratitude. She places the dishes carefully in their respective places, taking a moment to appreciate their existence, the shared meals, the times of solitude and companionship they have accompanied her through. There is a sense of completion here, a gentle acknowledgement of what it means to care for the home, to nurture life. As she finishes, the kitchen transforms into a serene sanctuary. The sun dips lower, the sky deepening into rich hues of indigo, stars beginning to twinkle like tiny promises in the distance. Clara steps back, taking it all in the tranquility of her surroundings. The warmth of the evening, the knowledge that in this moment she has been wholly present. There in the kitchen, a sense of fulfillment envelops her like a shawl in this ordinary evening as she places the last dish into its rightful spot. She whispers to herself a quiet thank you to the warmth of the water, the comfort of her home, and the act of being here now is enough. As the last rays of sun finally yield to the embrace of dusk, allow yourself to carry this feeling forward, this gentle reminder of presence and simplicity. In the quiet of your own heart, may you find a recognition of beauty in the mundane, an invitation to experience life's flow one moment at a time. For in the act of being present, you cultivate a deep-rooted stillness that can nourish your spirit, inviting peace into the spaces where noise once resided. Close your eyes for just a moment, if you're comfortable, to take a deep breath in, feeling the air fill your lungs, and then slowly exhale, releasing any tension that rests upon your shoulders. Inhale once more, noticing how the world around you exists full of sound, light, and perhaps the faintest echo of your own heartbeat. Allow your mind to settle like a leaf that drifts gracefully upon a gentle stream. In this shared moment of awareness, you are invited to journey into the simplicity and grace of a quiet morning, to explore the depths of presence found in an ordinary moment. On a dewy morning, the world awakens softly, as if wrapped in a silken blanket of tranquility. The sun stretches its golden rays lazily across the horizon, coaxing the day into being. In a modest kitchen, a woman named Clara begins her day by preparing a simple breakfast for herself and her partner, David. The familiar sense of coffee, brewing, and bread toasting filled the air, a symphony for the senses that gently pulls her into the present moment. As she stands at the counter, she notices the rhythmic sound of the coffee maker, a steady drip-drip that seems to sync with her own breath. Each drip carries a reminder that time flows fluidly, each second equal yet distinct, and she surrenders to the dance of the present. The warm golden light spills through the window, illuminating the tiny dust motes that float like stars in a quiet galaxy, reminding her of the beauty in the mundane. With the toast popping up, she turns her attention to the butter, which glistens invitingly in its dish. She spreads it over the warm, crusty surface, watching as it melts, forming rivulets that invite her to take a moment to savor the transformation, a simple act, yet profound in its own right. She feels the warmth of the bread against her fingertips, the slightest crackle of the crust echoing her own heartbeat as she prepares to nourish herself. David enters, his eyes still heavy with the remnants of sleep, and the two share a quiet smile, a bridge between two hearts, unspoken yet deeply felt. They sit together at the table, the sunlight painting their faces in hues of warmth and possibility. With each bite of breakfast, Clara savors the rich flavors mingling on her tongue, the delicious presence of now a fleeting moment of connection. Nourished by the earth, the sun, and their shared laughter. After breakfast, the couple tidy up, a dance of hands and hearts, each movement infused with simple kindness. Clara finds herself at the sink, the cool water rushing from the faucet, and she allows herself to become absorbed in the moment, the cerulean of the dish soap swirling into frothy clouds. The sound of water colliding with ceramic, a tender whisper that echoes in their home as she washes the dishes. She realizes each plate, each cup, holds a memory, the gathering of friends, the warmth of shared meals, the everyday moments woven into the fabric of their lives. She picks up a delicate teacup, its floral design still vibrant, and in that moment she feels gratitude wash over her like the water flowing over her hands. The cup glides in her palm, and she remembers the laughter that echoed when they first used it. The warmth of friendship filling their home with each pass of her soapy hands. She feels the water's coolness rise through her fingers, its gentle pressure reminding her of the ebb and flow of life itself, the constant shifting, changing, and yet remaining the same. She lets go of her thoughts, inviting in the sensations that envelop her, the crisp scent of soap, the sight of steam rising like soft clouds. The symphony of water clings in soft conversations that reverberate through the air of Holy Communion, with the ordinary dot in the background. The soft sounds of a bird singing nestle into her heart, a reminder of nature's grace, of the beauty found even in the simplest of moments. The world outside the kitchen echoes with life, the rustle of leaves responding to a gentle breeze, the distant laughter of children playing as the day continues to unfold. And through it all, Clara remains present, cradling her attention in the now aware, wake, and unafraid to explore the expanse of her own breath. As the last dish sparkles in the sunlight, she takes a moment to pause, hands still immersed in the water. She feels liquid droplets slide down her fingers, each one a tiny world reflecting a glimmer of light, each a moment in time suspended. In this stillness, a thought blooms. There is beauty in both the chaos and the calm, in the rush of the day, in the grace of a shared silence. David enters the room with a towel, ready to help dry the dishes, a simple gesture woven with love. Clara smiles at him, their eyes locking in a quiet understanding that transcends words. Together, they move in harmony, two bodies flowing like water through their shared space, nurturing each other even in the mundane task of cleaning. They finish up, and Clara steps back to observe the kitchen, the sanctuary of their shared life. The counters clean, the dishes are neatly stacked. And for a moment, she feels a profound sense of fulfillment, stillness that envelops her like a comforting shawl on a chilly evening. Here, in this ordinary moment, lies a reminder that love flourishes in daily rituals, in the interplay of hands and hearts, in laughter and in silence. Clara breathes deeply, surrendered to the tranquility whispering through her as she feels the weight of the world lighten. She remembers that the essence of life thrives in these simple, present moments, and that peace can be found in the act of living here, always available to be captured like a fleeting raindrop falling softly upon the earth. And so, as you find yourself gently returning to this space, to the rhythm of your breath, consider the beauty that exists in each moment, waiting to be embraced. Let the gentle echoes of Clara's day linger with you, a reminder that within the ordinary lies the extraordinary gift of presence. In this stillness, you may discover your own path to peace, woven into the fabric of each breath, each heartbeat a silent invitation to dwell in the richness of now. In the soft embrace of the present moment, allow yourself to feel the gentle pull of life as you settle into the rhythm of your breath. Feel the air as it fills your lungs, a quiet tide that washes over you, carrying with it the sense of your surroundings, the faint trace of morning coffee, perhaps, or the crisp whisper of leaves brushing against one another. With each inhale, invite stillness to seep into your being, and with each exhale, let go of the thoughts that flutter like moths around a flickering flame. You are here now, amidst the ordinary magic that surrounds us. The kitchen was a sanctuary of light filtered through sheer curtains that danced softly in the morning breeze. Sunbeams poured through like liquid gold, casting gentle patterns across the countertop where remnants of yesterday's meals rested, a silent testament to sustenance shared. The bowls and plates lay in a gentle disarray, flecks of rice and bits of leafy greens still clinging to their surfaces, memories of laughter and conversation woven into their very being. You stood before the sink, a vessel of calm amidst the cluster of forgotten tasks. The water splashed warm and inviting as you twisted the faucet, listening to the calming gurgle as the stream emerged, cascading down like a gentle waterfall into the basin below. Each droplet, a moment in time, sparkled with clarity and purpose. As your hand slipped into the warm water, you felt its embrace. It's a soft caress that enveloped your fingers, drawing you deeper into the serene moment. The sensation was soothing, as if the worries of yesterday and the uncertainties of tomorrow faded into the rhythm of the now. The weight of the world rested lightly on your shoulders, dissolving with each scrub and rinse, like sandcastle towers collapsing softly into the incoming tide. Picking up the first plate, you took a deep breath, allowing your presence to fill the space around you. The porcelain felt cool against your skin, and as the soapy cloth glided across its surface, you could almost hear a quiet sigh of relief, the plate surrendering itself to your gentle attention. Each stroke became a meditation, a quiet conversation held in the silence between you and the dish. The kitchen was alive with sounds, the quiet splashing of water, the distant chirping of birds, the soft rustle of the wind as it played with the leaves outside. You closed your eyes for a moment, simply allowing the symphony of the world to reach your ears, letting it carry you further into presence. Here, you are not just washing dishes. You are part of a greater ebb and flow, an inherent dance of daily existence, where each task, no matter how mundane, held the potential for beauty. You rinsed the plate, watching as the water cascaded over it in silvery ribbons, catching the sunlight's glimmer. It was mesmerizing, and you could feel the warmth of connection between your heart and this moment. Fleeting acknowledgement that even this small act was imbued with grace. You marveled not only at the dish now sparkling like a slate awaiting a new story, but at the freshness enveloping your spirit. A gentle reminder that in each moment lies the possibility of renewal. With each item, you washed the forks, the cups. The aging cutting board thoughts may have flitted through your mind like leaves swirling in the autumn air. In those moments, you noticed how easily the mind collects remnants of the past or unfurls into plans for the next days, but you did not cling to them. Instead, you acknowledged their presence, letting them drift just as clouds shift across a tranquil sky. By focusing on the rhythmic sensations, the soap suds frothing like tiny clouds in your warm embrace, the sound of water swirling down the drain, the fragrant whispers of lemon and lavender mixing in the air, you deepened your experience. The texture of the cloth, once a simple utility, became a connection to all the moments that led you here, to this very basin of warm water and peaceful reflection. A sudden pang of awareness graced your mind. This act, so simple and often overlooked, held the essence of life itself. The dishes, just as the memories and emotions we carry, required both care and attention. To wash was to honor the shared meals, the moments of connection and love poured into cooking, the sustenance that nourished not just bodies, but hearts. You set down the knock-lean plate and leaned your arms against the edge of the sink, letting the spent water swirl away, a small cyclone disappearing into the drain, merging with the world beyond. You could feel the release, a lightness washing over you as the busy thoughts began to untangle like threads freed from a tightly woven tapestry. As you reached for the next cup, you caught your breath, sensing a quickening heartbeat beneath your chest. It was exhilarating and grounding all at once. You lifted the cup to your lips, scent of still warm coffee lingering in the Immerse invitation, wrapped in the promise of connection. The sun poured in, illuminating not just the cup, but your very essence. You felt an alignment between the wider world and the intimate landscape of your heart. Here, you whispered to yourself, this is home. And in that small truth, there was peace. As the wash progressed, you found a rhythm, a gentle dance that rooted you further into the soil of the present moment. You became an artist, the dishes your canvas, each touch a brushstroke of care, and with each passing moment, you experienced the unadorned reality of your life, unmarred by the weight of guilt or anticipation. It's just the sacredness of being human, alive and awake. It's in the tender embrace of the here and now, as you rinsed the last cup and placed it alongside its clean companions. A soft sigh escaped your lips. This was not merely a chore completed. It was an acknowledgement of gratitude for the food that fed your body, the heart that loved the cooking, and the moments spent woven in laughter, chaos, and quiet companionship. You turned off the tap. The water's protest ceased, replaced by the gentle lull of a home settling into the afternoon. As you reached for a towel, a thought bubbled softly within, a reassurance born of simple awareness. Life, with all its beautiful complexities, is composed of these small moments, the moments when you can choose to be present, to feel, to connect, all wrapped in a common thread of daily existence. As you step back from the sink, it's a kitchen, now a reflection of your inner quietude. Remember how the act of washing dishes today was not just a task, but an opportunity reminder that life unfolds in the simplest of moments, waiting patiently to be seen, felt, and cherished. Let your heart carry this stillness with you, a gentle whisper to return to whenever the world grows loud. In the embrace of the ordinary, may you always find the extraordinary. Imagine for a moment that you are standing by a gently flowing stream, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and the whisper of leaves dancing in the breeze. Allow yourself to find a comfortable position, feeling the ground beneath you, solid and unwavering. With each breath, invite a soft rhythm to emerge from within. The rise and fall of your chest, as gentle as the water's caress on the stones. Inhale deeply, letting the air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, let go of anything that weighs on your heart. Just for now, you have stepped into this momentous sanctuary of stillness in a world that often rushes by. The afternoon sun spills golden light through the window, casting playful patterns on the kitchen floor. There you are, standing at the sink, the familiar shape of the dish soap bottle resting within your reach. The rhythm of your breath begins to synchronize with a gentle splashing of water. You turn the faucet, and the sound of rushing water fills your ears, a soothing embrace of sound, reminiscent of a distant waterfall as you immerse your hands into the warmth. The sensation of water gliding over your skin brings an unexpected peace. Each dish is a vessel, echoing stories of meals shared and laughter that lingers in the corners of the room. You reach for a plate, its cool, ceramic surface contrasting with the warmth of your hands. Slowly, deliberately, you begin to scrub, watching as the sudsy water envelops the surface, the foamy bubbles dancing with each gentle stroke. With every movement, bring your attention to the present moment. Feel the texture of the plate slip beneath your fingers, the way the sponge glides effortlessly over its shape, removing remnants of the past. The scent of the dish soap rises, sweet and clean, mingling with the delicate aroma of lingering spices from dinner. In this busy world, here exists a simple joy of communion between you and the dish, your hands and the water as you finish washing the plate. There is a quiet moment of appreciation, a pause that encourages you to notice. A raindrop outside splatters against the window, its gentle cadence joining the melody of your task. The sound, like a heartbeat, reminds you of nature's presence, always changing. You rinse the plate under the cool stream, the water cascading over it like a refreshing shower. Its final cleansing before it finds its place on the drying rack. Next comes a fork, an object often overlooked in its simplicity. Yet here it resonates, with purpose, each prong etched in memory, the gatherings around shared meals that bring smiles to faces. As you scrub away the residue, allow gratitude to unfurl within you, for nourishment and sustenance, for connection in a world swirling with busy schedules. The metal warms under your touch, a reminder that even the ordinary can sparkle with meaning. And then, It's the soft, clinking sounds of utensils, each gentle clash a harmonious note in the tune of your experience. You pause, taking in the shapes and colors around youth-vitted dishes stacked neatly, waiting in anticipation. This kitchen, this sacred space, pulses with life, and you are at the center, participating in the act of creation, of care. Inhale deeply and allow the warmth of the sun to wash over your shoulders, illuminating your heart. The world outside continues to move at its frantic pace, yet here you are anchored. You notice the busyness of the mind, thoughts flitting like butterflies, fluttering from one worry to another, yet you choose to let them drift. Acknowledge their presence, don't chase them away, but instead behold them with curiosity, like clouds floating across a clear blue sky. The rhythm of your task now embraces you. The gentle rise and fall of your chest as you move from dish to dish, the water, a constant companion. With each rinse, with each scrub, the weight of the day begins to lift. It is as if you're weaving a tapestry of presence, thread by thread, reminding you that each moment is precious. A gift to be unwrapped slowly. You reach for a glass, smooth and fragile, and hold it up to the light. Candy prisms scatter across the kitchen, rainbow droplets dancing on the countertop. A smile flickers across your lips as you consider how this small glass held vibrant drinks full of laughter and clinking cheers during countless gatherings. The stories held within glass walls mirror your own, reflecting both the chaos and the grace of living, of loving, of being. You rinse it gently, your mind quiet, and once it is free of its burdens, you set it aside, allowing it to catch the light, a treasure momentarily freed from its duties. It is in this small act that you find liberation in the surrender to the flow, to the connectedness of all things, both fragile and strong, as you linger in this place. The sun begins its slow descent, casting long shadows that dance across the room. The kitchen, filled with warmth, envelops you a cocoon of gratitude and peace. A moment arises when you recognize that it is not merely the act of washing dishes, but the act of being present to life itself. You are both here and nowhere else, just a soul, embracing the beauty of simplicity. In the stillness, a moment of clarity emerges. With every dish, every spoon, there lies a thread of connection to those who have come before you, those who will come after. Life unfolds as a series of moments strung together like a necklace of pearls. In washing these dishes, you honor each one a meditation on interdependence, on care, on the nourishment that sustains us all. The final plate finds its way into the drying rack as you take a step back. The kitchen is now a quiet sanctuary, the dishes gleaming under the fading light. You take a deep, satisfying breath, allowing the sense of completion to wrap around you like a soft blanket. In this moment of stillness, stillness becomes your guide, a reminder that in the flow of life, amidst the busyness, there is always room for presence, for reflection, for peace. As you stand in the warmth of this moment, breathe into the space of calm that envelops you. Each day is a series of simple acts: washing dishes, greeting the morning sun, sharing a smile. All are invitations to return to the essence of being, reminding you that even in the smallest acts, there dwells a profound stillness. Let this awareness seep into your heart as you carry it forward. Like water flowing gently over stones, a whisper of serenity in the ever-unfolding journey of life. In this moment, allow yourself to settle into the gentle unfolding of your breath. Inhale deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale slowly, noticing the release. As you breathe, perhaps you can bring your attention to the sensations that arise, the subtle sounds that whisper around you in this very instant. It is here, in the embrace of the present, that we find ourselves ready to tune into the simplicity and richness of life. Let us journey together into an ordinary moment where mindfulness transforms the mundane into the extraordinary. As the sun dipped low, casting a warm golden hue through the kitchen window, Clara stood at the sink, preparing to wash the evening's collection of dishes. The day's busyness began to settle, like the gentle descent of a leaf gliding through the air, spiraling down to earth with grace. In this quiet sanctuary, she surrendered to the rhythm of water and the familiarity of porcelain. The faucet hissed softly as she turned the handle, the water flowing forth, clear and sweet, tapping against the sink's surface like the sound of a distant flute. Clara watched as the droplets danced in the light, splashing softly against one another, each drop a tiny universe reflecting the fading sunlight. A moment of pure presence enveloped her, and she inhaled the cool, crisp scent of the soap, a gentle reminder of the simple joy and tactile experience. As she lifted the first plate, smooth surface cold against her fingertips, Clara felt the weight of the day's moments lingering on its surface. Each dish held a story: a hurried breakfast, a shared lunch, the laughter of friends gathered for dinner. In this quiet act of washing, she began to acknowledge them, allowing her thoughts to float gently by. Like clouds in the vast and clear sky, she immersed the plate in the warm, soapy water, listening to the soft swishing as suds began to froth and swirl. The gentle friction of sponge against ceramic created a delicate rhythm, the kind that spoke of care and attention. She let her movements flow, focusing on the sensation of the sponge gliding across the plate, each circular motion demanding nothing more than presence and intention. A soft hum escaped her lips as she worked, a spontaneous melody that arose from the depths of her heart. The sound danced in the air, mingling with the bubbling water and the quiet rustle of leaves outside the window. It was an orchestra of the everyday, an invitation to immerse herself deeper into the moment. The cool water splashed against her arms, sending ripples of sensation that awakened her senses. Was it the gentleness that surprised her, or perhaps the tenderness she extended to each dish? Clara felt a smile form as she became aware of the simplicity of it, all the joy in being present, descend, in acknowledging the beauty hidden within the routine. She reached for the next plate, carefully inspecting its edge, tracing the delicate rim with her fingers as though it might reveal secrets long forgotten. Here lay the remnants of a meal shared, an echo of laughter, whispers, and the warmth of connection. In this moment, each dish was sacred. It held fragments of life, and washing them transformed into a grace-filled ceremony. As the running water filled her ears, Clara began to notice the stillness of her own thoughts. They came like the bubbles in the sink. Some popped quickly, while others lingered, rising to the surface in their own time. She recognized them. Some were sweet plans for tomorrow, with the promise of a fresh start, while others were harder, the weight of worries drifting in and out like passing shadows. And as she rinsed each dish under the loving flow of water, she felt her worries washing away, one by one, dissolving like grains of salt, leaving no trace behind. There was no judgment, only an acceptance of what was an invitation to meet her fears, her hopes, and her heart in each moving moment. With every scrub, every rinse, she was reminded that just as the dishes required care, so too did her own spirit. The sink filled with frothy bubbles, glistening as they caught the waning light. Clara tilted her head back for a moment, gazing out the window. The golden hour spilled into her kitchen like soft silk, painting the walls in glowing hues. She noticed the way the world outside seemed to slow down. A bird perched on a branch, the gentle sway of leaves, the warm breeze carrying the scent of lavender from the garden, returning to her task. Clara felt a sense of unity, as if she were part of this symphony of life, so much beauty unfolding, even in the hum of ordinary moments. She continued to wash, now fully aware of her breath, a steady companion that wove its way through her actions. With each breath, she became the process, the water, the sponge, the warmth of the sun. Her heart intertwined with all that existed. Eventually, she reached for the last plateau, simple, unassuming thing. Yet, somehow, it felt profound, in her hand a whole universe, captured in a moment. She lent it her undivided attention, brushing away the remnants of the day with a sense of reverence, as if it were a precious treasure. As she placed the last clean dish upon the drying rack, Clara took a deep breath, filling her lungs with a smell of fresh soap mingling with the crisp air. In this small ritual, she realized that within the ebb and flow of life, there lay a profound truth, that every act, no matter how mundane, could become a meditation if only one was willing to meet it with an open heart. Here, in her kitchen, she felt a sense of awareness wrap around her like a warm quilt. The noise of the world faded away, just a little, and she could feel the pulse of gratitude rising within a quiet celebration of existence. It's a recognition of the present. The dishes, now gleaming, reflected a promise that even in the smallest of moments, there lay the opportunity to reconnect with self, to touch the quiet, to breathe in stillness. As Clara stepped back from the sink, she paused for a heartbeat, embracing the simplicity of her being. She carried the awareness of her present moment into her heart, a gentle reminder that the ordinary can be extraordinary if we allow it. The dishes were clean, but more importantly, so was her spirit. And as she moved into the evening, she held within her the knowing that in every splash, every breath, there existed the stillness, a whisper of peace, a dance of presence, waiting to be discovered anew. In an ordinary kitchen, where the hum of life is woven into the fabric of daily tasks, there lies a gentle invitation to pause. Take a moment, breathe deeply, and allow the air to flow into your body, noticing the soft rise and fall of your chest. In this moment, let thoughts dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Here, where the world quiets and the senses awaken, we open to the experience that awaits us, a simple act, fused with the profound beauty of being. As the sun dipped low in the sky, casting a golden hue across the kitchen, a woman named Clara found herself standing before the sink, a small pile of dishes awaiting her gentle care. The weight of the day lingered briefly on her shoulders, but in this moment it transformed into a lightness, inviting her to engage with the present. Clara turned on the tap. Tea, and the water poured forth like a gentle cascade, singing softly as it filled the basin. She paused for a breath, captivated by the sound, a tranquil melody that began to wash away the day's uncertainties. With her hands cupped under the stream, she felt the coolness envelop her fingers, a refreshing embrace that grounded her in. Then now, one by one, she picked up the dishes. So first, a sturdy plate still bore the remnants of a family meal, teeny flecks of spaghetti sauce, glimmering like tiny stars in the light. She marveled at the mundane, at how each mark told a story of laughter shared and love expressed. With a sponge in hand, she took a moment to notice its texture, soft yet firm, a subtle reminder of the balance of life. As she began to scrub, she focused on the rhythm of her motions. The gentle back and forth was almost hypnotic, each stroke a dance with the water. It splashed and sparkled, droplets catching the fading sunlight. Clara felt the warmth of the kitchen envelop her, the air rich with a sense of basil and garlic still lingering, fragrant memories of the meal that brought them together. With each plate, each fork, Clara allowed herself to embody the act. She listened to the soft sound of water swirling, a soothing whisper beneath the occasional clink of utensils. The small, rhythmic sounds harmonized with the quiet pulse of her breath, drawing her deeper into this moment. She paid attention to the sensations, the warmth of the water, the sparkle of bubbles that danced on the surface, the gentle heat of the sun that poured in through the window and kissed her skin. Thoughts floated in and out, like autumn leaves drifting on a breeze. Some thoughts whispered of the tasks still to come, the day's challenges yet unresolved. Others tugged at her heart, family members far away, friends not yet reached out to. Yet, in this instant, Clara simply observed them, allowing them to come and go, like ripples in a pond, fading into stillness with each passing plate. She noticed her mind calming, unraveling the tight knots of urgency. A sense of grace enveloped her as she moved to the next dish, a glass tumbler, its surface smooth and cool. She cradled it gently in her hands, feeling its weight, its clarity, the way the light refracted through its form. A tiny world sparked within a moment of stillness, captured in fragile beauty. Every dish entrusted to this ritual continued to unfold within her, deeper and deeper. Soon, the basin began to fill with the frothy foam that glimmered like diamonds as she dipped her hands into the water, feeling the warmth embrace her wrists like a comfortable shawl. She began to rinse, the water cascading over her hands as if in a quiet song, affirming the purpose and sweetness of the moment. The kitchen had transformed into a sanctuary, where time became elastic and the outside world dimmed to a quiet echo. Each touch was a prayer, each sound a note in the timeless melody of existence. Clara found herself smiling softly as she released a deep breath. The stress of the day felt far away, like a distant storm moving across the horizon, after what felt like a world entwined in an endless flow of moments. The final dish was set aside, an intricate serving bowl that held many meals and memories, much like her very own heart. As she glanced around, the kitchen glowed with newfound warmth. Dishes stood sparkling clean, each a testament to presence, to love intertwined with ordinary labor. Clara stood for a moment, admiring the results of her work, a small bouquet of dishes, reflecting light, eager to cradle the nourishment of the meals yet to come. She noticed the way the water still gently dripped from her fingers. It's a reminder of both transience and permanence, how life ebbs and flows, like the water that nourishes and cleanses. With a final breath, Clara turned off the faucet, the soothing sound abruptly silencing, leaving behind an echo that settled into the silence of the room. She moved away from the sink, feeling a stirring of gratitude within, a deep appreciation for this simple task that had woven herself into the fabric of her day. In the quiet of her no-ordered kitchen, Clara felt a profound awareness settle in her being. Life unfolded here in the mundane, where each moment shimmered with potential. She left the room, heart a little lighter, breathing a little deeper, carrying with her the gift of presence, the whisper of water, a reminder that in every day there is a space to pause, to breathe, and to notice the beauty of simply being. In this mindfulness, the world becomes a canvas painted with the strokes of love, connection, and quiet contemplation. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep, deliberate breath. Feel the coolness of the air as it enters your lungs, and then, as you exhale slowly, let it carry away the busyness of your thoughts, the weight of your day. Let that breath mark the beginning of a journey into stillness, where the world outside can fade, only for a few moments, into the soft embrace of now. The hum of life continues around you, yet here, in this moment, there is a space where you can rest and simply be, in a simple kitchen, where the sunlight filters through the window, illuminating dust motes as they dance in warm rays. A woman stands at the sink, cradling a fragile cup in her palm. Its surface is cool and smooth, reflecting the quietude of the room. Warm water flows from the tap, a gentle rush that harmonizes with the distant sounds of life outside. A bird's call, the faint rustle of leaves in the breeze, the murmuring of neighbors coming and going. Each sound a note in the symphony of now. As she submerges the cup beneath the water, She feels the first sensation of warmth envelop her fingers, the contrast to the cool porcelain, vibrant against her skin. The water swirls and froths around the cup, carrying with it the echoes of yesterday's laughter, the remnants of a morning meal shared tea, perhaps, or freshly baked bread moments now dissolved into the flow of time. Each rise and fall of the water captures the rhythm of breathing, the expansion and contraction of awareness. She pauses, noticing the bubbles that cling persistently to the sides of the cup, tiny worlds of their own, each one glistening, fragile. There is a lesson here, tucked within the simplicity of this task, the beauty of impermanence, the knowing that each moment, like each bubble, is fleeting. With a soft brush of her sponge, she begins to wash, allowing the task to draw her attention deeper into the present as the sponge glides over the surface of the cup. A sound emerges, gentle swishing, a soft rhythmic dance of water embracing porcelain. With each stroke, she gives herself over to the experience, surrendering to the simple joy of care. The sponge is firm, yet yielding, a dance partner in this everyday ballet. Her thoughts drift like clouds, occasionally brushing against the radiant focus of the task, but she gently acknowledges them as one might wave goodbye to a passing stranger, allowing them to drift away. The smell of soap, fresh and clean, fills the air, awakening a memory of childhood bubbles overflowing from a tub, laughter shared, the warmth of family gathered close. She allows that memory to linger, to infuse her present with the lightness of nostalgia. The warmth of the water seeps into her skin, a reminder of the nourishing quality of presence. How water, like awareness, can cleanse and refresh. As she places the cup on the drying rack, its surface glistening like a treasure, she feels an ache in her lower back, a reminder of the hours spent moving, caring, being. And rather than resist it, she brings her attention to that sensation, just as she did with the water. She breathes into it, feeling the pull of the muscles, accepting the tightness as part of her experience. In that moment of acceptance, she recognizes how the body speaks, how it too deserves attention, how her whole self flourishes in this cultivation of awareness. The water continues to flow, a gentle stream like the continuity of time, and she turns her attention to the bowl awaiting her care. Its surface is speckled with remnants of an evening meal. A palette of colors, bits of green, hints of red, nature's artistry on an everyday canvas. With each touch, she feels the connection of her body to these objects and the world they inhabit. Here, in the act of washing, she understands how the mundane can be sacred, how each tick of the clock bridges her to deeper truths. She plunges the bowl into the water, feeling the splash against her skin, the way droplets cascade down, her forearms sparkling in the light, each drop a reminder of the moment. As she scrubs, her thoughts expand and contract like the froth around her. The spontaneity of the task revealing stories untold, every splash a whisper of now, every foam bubble a sigh of the universe. The sun shifts through the window, and a slant of light catches the surface of the water, creating a dance of reflections that brings a smile to her lips. It is a kind of magic, this interplay of light and shadow, inviting her to explore the simple beauty that surrounds her. In this moment, she lets go of the to-do list, the hurried pace of the day, surrendering to the grace of soft moments, unfolding like petals, revealing their tender hearts to the open sky. Finally, as the last dish is set aside, she surveys her life in the kitchen, her act of care manifesting in this moment of stillness. The rhythm of her breathing slows, synchronizing with the silent heartbeat of the space she has nurtured. After all, each object, each surface, speaks of the life lived within these walls, the laughter, the tears, the chaos, and the calm. In a world that often rushes past, she finds beauty in the stillness, a universal truth that resonates through the act of care. With a final glance around the room, she closes the tap, the sound echoing like a soft bell tolling the hour of reflection, a gentle reminder of the here and now. And she feels a warmth rising within her, a sense of deep interconnectedness, of belonging to this moment, to this very life. As she gazes out of the window, taking in the way the shadows stretch and the light softens, she cultivates a profound sense of gratitude. In the simplicity of the tasks we often overlook, she sees truth revealed, an invitation to engage deeply with the present. Just as the water shapes a cup, so to do these moments shape her a continuous dance of presence, a gentle reminder that life, like water, flows ever onward, infinitely beautiful in its transience. And as she breathes, she carries this stillness with her, a whisper in the winds of her becoming. Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the edge of a quiet pond, late afternoon sun casting a warm, golden hue upon the water surface. The gentle rustle of leaves above you whispers secrets of the day. Take a deep breath in, allowing the air to fill your lungs, and then slowly release it, letting each breath mark the rhythm of your being. Inhale peace, exhale tension. As you settle into this lovely moment, may you find a comfort in a space of stillness, where each sound and sensation invites you to dive deeper into your own experience. In a humble kitchen, a woman named Clara stood at the sink, surrounded by the comforting hum of everyday life. The light streamed through the window, casting playful reflections against the dishes piled high before her. Each plate and cup held remnants of a meal shared with loved ones, a tapestry of laughter just moments before, now dried and waiting for renewal. She turned on the tap, the warm water pouring forth with a soft, cradling sound, washing over her hands like a gentle embrace. The steam rose, intertwining with the sunlight, creating a shimmering veil around her. Clara noticed the way the water danced and glimmered, droplets cascading like tiny jewels with each dish she picked up. Clara found herself enveloped in the sensations surrounding her. The smooth ceramic of the plates, cool to the touch, the textured surfaces of glasses, rough around the edges where they had been lovingly used. As she placed the first plate in the water, she felt the warmth seep into her skin, grounding her, reminding her of the life that intertwined with these simple objects. She reached for the sponge. It surfaced dense and porous, and began to glide it over the plate. The rhythmic motion took on a meditative quality, each stroke a gentle reminder of presence. The soap bubbles swirled and expanded, floating effortlessly, catching the light before they burst in a playful splatter. Clara marveled at their evanescence, recognizing the beauty in transient moments, much like her own thoughts, drifting in and out of focus as she rinsed the plate. The sound of water splashing was a joyful symphony, the notes echoing in the quiet space of her kitchen. The water formed rivulets that caressed her fingers, cool yet soothing. With every drop that fell back into the sink, she felt as if she was washing away the busyness of her mind, letting thoughts ebb and flow like the gentle currents of a stream, softly gliding away into stillness. Her mind initially wandered, flitting from one thought to another, the tasks that lay ahead, the weight of obligations, the gentle reminder to remain present. Yet, as Clara returned her focus to the dish in hand, she could feel an anchor in the present moment, a soft place to settle. The act of washing became less a chore and more a sanctuary, a practice of awareness cultivated diligently amidst the clamor of daily life. Occasionally, she paused, allowing herself to observe the flow of water and the transformations happening before her eyes. The once soiled plates emerged pristine under her caring touch, a metaphor for something deeper. With each cleanse, she felt herself letting go of hidden worries, unspoken fears, and unexamined anxieties. They dissipated like steam rising from the hot water released into the air. Lightening her spirit, the warmth of the sun on her back became a gentle companion, rays bridging the gap between the outside world and her inner landscape. Clara felt a sense of belonging, anchored to the home she created, a haven forged through simple acts of love and care. She recognized how each dish mirrored an experience, a meal infused with connection, a moment of joy shared. As she continued to wash, she turned her attention to her breathing. The rhythm flowed with the water, a gentle in and out, creating a natural cadence that blended with the life happening around her. The distant chirping of birds floated in, a reminder of the vibrant world beyond her kitchen, weaving a sense of harmony with her inner stillness. Time stretched and curled, unhurried. As she finally placed the last dish on the drying rack, a composed collection of glowing ceramics glistening amidst the soft light. For a moment, she stood still, hands dripping gently, relishing the calm that enveloped her. Heart full of gratitude for the ordinary yet profound experience she had just participated in the kitchen. With the lingering scent of soap and warmth, Clara took a breath, blinked slowly, and allowed herself to simply be. She felt the grace of the moment, the ordinary made extraordinary through her presence, her awareness. Each sensation reverberated in her. The warmth of the sun, the earthy scent of soapy water, the faint echo of life beyond these walls. As Clara wiped her hands on a towel, kitchen transformed into a sacred space, no longer merely a room filled with dishes, but now a canvas of memories, sensations, and attentive moments. She smiled softly at the simple beauty of what had been created there today, at the art of mindfulness inherent in washing dishes, and the profound peace found in surrendering to the present. In that stillness, she knew, was the essence of life itself, an unfurling where every breath, every dish, and every moment unfolded into something rich and quietly magnificent. In the gentle embrace of this moment, let us find stillness together. Close your eyes if you like, and take a deep breath, okay? Inhale slowly, feeling the coolness of the air fill your lungs. And then exhale softly, releasing any tension that you may have unknowingly gathered. Allow yourself to arrive fully right here, right now, as the world outside fades into a distant hum. Imagine the sensations of your body grounding you to this very spot, your feet resting on the earth, your heart beating steadily within you. Let each beat remind you of your connection to this very moment, where every breath becomes a leaf floating on a river, gently carried along, never rushing, never grasping. Just be, and let us begin our story in the heart of a quiet kitchen. Sunlight streams through the window, casting warm patterns on the floor, like an artist playing with golden paint. In the sink, a small pile of dishes rests, waiting patiently, each plate and cup whispering tales of meals shared, laughter echoing around the table. The air is tinged with scents of rosemary and garlic, remnants of a love-infused dinner that had taken place just hours ago, nourishing not only bodies, but spirits as well. As you step closer to the sink, you feel the coolness of the ceramic tile beneath your feet, grounding you further into this space. You roll up your sleeves, feeling the soft cotton against your skin, a gentle invitation to engage with the task at hand. Water begins to flow, a gentle, rhythmic cascade that sings as it meets the metal basin. The sound resonating in harmony with your heartbeat. With each dish you lift, you become aware of its unique texture, the smoothness of the plates, the rough edges of the cast iron skillet, the delicate glass of the wine glasses. You immerse them in the warm, soapy water, the bubbles rising like tiny stars, glistening in the light. Here you are, connected to the mundane yet extraordinary act of washing dishes. Each movement, a dance in the symphony of life. As you scrub the first plate, the sponge glides across its surface with a soft, smoothing motion back and forth, as if you were tracing the contours of a beloved memory. You become aware of the sounds around you, the soft gurgle of water draining, the distant chirping of birds outside, a reminder that the world continues to turn. Even as you remain in this intimate moment, thoughts may come drifting in like clouds, bringing with them remnants of the day, the tasks left undone, conversations you had, the worries that sometimes speak too loudly. Acknowledge them, but allow them to drift by, not clinging or pushing away. Instead, focus on the sensation of the sponge working against the plate, soothing rhythm bringing you back to the present as you rinse each dish under the flow of fresh water. Notice the way it cascades elegantly around the curves, the droplets, spilling like tiny jewels that shimmer before falling into the basin below. Feel the warmth of the water and the coolness as it runs over your fingers, energizing you, waking you to the sensation of being alive. Let this feeling wash over you, an embodiment of life. It's present and immediate. Placing the clean dishes on the drying rack, you take a moment to simply observe. The light highlights every curve, every shadow, and every shifting gallery of everyday beauty. Each dish has a story, a cherished moment embedded in the fabric of your life. There is a profound gratitude blooming within you, a recognition of the simple joys. You're reminded of the power in each tiny act, a connectedness threading through the fabric of daily existence. You feel your breath settle, hailing the warm, soapy scent mixed with the soft aroma of the rosemary that still clings to your fingers. With each exhale, release the weight of being elsewhere. Here, in this gentle sanctuary of the kitchen, it is enough just to be present. The world outside may revolve in chaos, but here you find peace. As the last dish dries, you look around. The kitchen, each corner illuminated by the golden light of the setting sun. Everything feels alive, the wooden cutting board imbued with stories of meals past, the potted herbs leaning slightly toward the window, reaching for the light. Just as you reach for calm within, the kitchen is a vessel of memories, and you reside within it, a caretaker of both space and story. With a final glance at the shining dishes, you take a moment to reflect, seeking the stillness that exists even amidst the gentle clatter of daily life. The world is vast and complex, yet in this moment, you find clarity, a perfect fractal where simplicity and depth reside. The small responsibility of washing dishes becomes a reminder of the inherent beauty of being present, of seesawing between the rhythm of tasks and the stillness of awareness. As you step away from the sink, letting the water trickle away, you carry with you the essence of stillness, a subtle glow that resides in your heart. With each action you take, may you remember the soothing presence of mindfulness, an echo of peace you can return to. Again, whenever life calls for your attention, returning to this moment, let the warmth of your experience settle within you like soft rays of sunlight at day's end. Know that within the fabric of daily life lies a sanctuary of stillness and clarity, waiting patiently to be embraced. As you gently open your eyes, carry this feeling of peace with you, grounded in the present, open to whatever unfolds next. Just as each dish reflects the light in the room, so too does your presence reflect the beauty of this momentary journey. And in this reflection, may you always find your way back home. In this moment, as you settle into your body, allow yourself to gently soften. Breathe in, feeling the air fill your lungs, the rise of your chest. Breathe out, releasing any tension, any lingering thoughts that may flutter like leaves in the wind. Here, in this precious slice of time, we invite you to embrace the ordinary, the simplicity of being. Imagine yourself in a quiet space where sound is a gentle caress and every breath is a step along a path of awareness. Let your senses awaken as we journey together into a familiar experience where the magic of presence unfolds. Imagine, if you will, a sunlit kitchen, morning rays streaming through the window, dancing among the dust motes that float lazily in mid-air. The warm glow casts soft shadows, creating a familiar sanctuary. You find yourself standing by the sink, surrounded by a small mountain of dishes, remnants of breakfast, a promise of nourishment shared. Hey, take a moment to notice the feel of the cool countertop beneath your fingertips, grounding you in this space. With a gentle sigh, you roll up your sleeves, feeling the fabric hug your arms as you prepare to immerse yourself in the simple act of washing dishes. The sound of running water fills the air, a steady whisper that invites calm. As you turn the faucet, the water spills forth, sparkling like liquid crystal. You can hear its rush's soothing melody, the kind that carries the quiet chant of peace. Allow this sound to settle in your heart, anchoring you in the now. As you place your first dish, a plain white plate, into the soapy water, feel the warmth of the water envelop your hands. Its gentle heat seeps into your skin, melting away stiffness from the early morning chill. You begin to scrub, your fingers gliding over the surface, and with each circular movement, you become aware of a small transformation, the plate shining under your touch. The dish becomes not just a plate, but a vessel of memories of laughter shared over meals, of conversations that lingered long into the night. Notice how the soap bubbles rise, a delicate froth that dances in the water, swirling and shimmering. Lean in closer. Take a breath and absorb the scent of citrus dish soap, a fragrant reminder of fresh beginnings. Each scent note lingers like an echo, a whisper of joy. As you rinse the plate under the cool stream of water, droplets cascade down its surface, each one a tiny moment. It's a reminder of the beauty that often goes unnoticed. And as you move from dish to dish, from mugs that cradled your morning coffee, two bowls that held the fruits of nature, feel the rhythm of your movements. It's as if you are following a simple dance, entirely your own. In this slow choreography, thoughts may drift in and out. Perhaps concerns about the day ahead flutter like a bird on the breeze, fleeting in light. Allow them to come and go, like clouds passing over the sun. You can acknowledge them, and just as easily, you can let them float away. Take a moment to notice the splashes as you dunk each dish back into the soapy embrace, the sound resonating in the stillness of the room. It is a symphony of the mundane, and for a fleeting moment, it is enough. You become a witness to your own experience, observing the rise and fall of your breath. It's a pulse of life itself in the quiet of your kitchen. As you pick up a mugget handle, warm and comforting, let your fingertips trace the rim. This mug has carried many stories, holds the residue of moments of solitude and connection, reflection and laughter. Feel its weight, the way it sits in your palm, grounding you in this present act. The water rushes yet again, cool and refreshing, cascading over the mug as you rinse it clean, ensuring it is ready for the next story, the next cup of warmth. Slowly, you begin to notice the subtle changes within you. Each dish becomes a mirror, reflecting not just its own shine, but the tranquility unfurling inside. You may find a small smile creeping across your face, a gentle reminder that this act, as simple as it is, holds the power to bring you right back to yourself. The distractions of the day fade into the background, and in their stead, there is a growing sense of peace, a clarity that emerges from being fully in this moment in time. The mountain of dishes diminishes, and with each passing moment, your heart feels lighter. Sink, once filled to the brim, transforms into a clear pool, reflecting your efforts. To the side, the drying rack fills with glistening plates, each standing tall testaments to your focus and presence. There is a satisfaction in this completion, a reminder that even the most mundane tasks can invite joy. As you step back, take a moment to witness the beauty of your handiwork, the way the sunlight bounces off the freshly washed dishes, casting playful shadows on the wall. You stand in gratitude for the simple act of cleaning, of nurturing, not just the dishes, but your own spirit. Here, in the stillness of the kitchen, everything feels just right. You are anchored in the here and now. Your heart, once cluttered with thoughts and concerns, finds a rhythm in the quiet. Okay? It beats steadily, resonating with the world around you. As the sounds of the water and the distant chirping of birds weave together, a comforting soundtrack to your existence. In this moment, let's go. You realize how being fully present transforms the ordinary into something extraordinary. How the ritual of washing dishes can spark a sense of connection, both to yourself and to the world around you. And with each breath, you become more aware of how this simple practice embodies the essence of mindfulness. It is here, in the awakening of awareness, that life unfolds. Each moment, whether filled with joy or mundane tasks, becomes a precious gift and opportunity to embrace life as it is, free from judgment or haste. As you conclude this meditative journey of washing dishes, gently bring your awareness back to this moment, to the space you occupy now. The water may have stilled, but the echoes of connection linger in your heart. Carry this awareness with you, letting it ground you as you step back into your day. Holding dear the reminder that every ordinary task holds the potential for extraordinary peace. Allow the stillness to resonate within you, a quiet knowing that, in the act of presence, you find the beauty that exists in the simplicity of life. Here, now, you are whole. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Inhale deeply, letting your lungs fill with air, the coolness of it brushing gently against the walls inside you. Now, exhale slowly. Feel the warmth of your breath as it leaves your body, carrying with it any thoughts or distractions of the day. Allow your body to settle into this moment, here and now, where time stretches and bends, and the world outside fades softly into a gentle quietude. Take a few more deep breaths. Feel the weight of your body resting against the surface beneath you, the rhythm of your breathing syncing with the pulse of life around you. Let yourself melt into stillness. There is a small kitchen window overlooking the garden, framed with a fluttering lace of curtains, held by the warm spring breeze. Sunlight filters through, casting golden patterns upon the countertop, illuminating each droplet of water that clings to the surface like tiny diamonds. This is where she finds herself today, standing at the sink, ready to wash another evening's worth of dishes, with each clink of porcelain against the stainless steel. She becomes aware of the simple act of cleansing her hands, gliding under the water, warm and comforting, rising to meet her fingers with gentle caresses. The faucet hums softly, a steady flow that pools around a small basin filled with waiting dishes. It is a sanctuary of rhythm water, soap, rinse each step, part of a delicate choreography that anchors her in the now. She reaches for a wooden spoon, a well-worn relic of many meals. Its surface, smooth with the touch of years, carries the faintest scent of garlic, a whisper of memories spent stirring and creating. The warmth of the water envelops her hands, and she can feel the tension in her fingers dissipate, as though each sudsy bubble that pops is carrying away a piece of tease. Her scattered thoughts, as she scrubs, the simplicity of the task becomes a meditation. The circular motion is calming. She notes the viscous glide of soap slipping over the spoon's surface, how it transforms it, making it shine anew. Here, in this ordinary moment, she discovers presence. The world narrows down to the tactile experience of her hands submerged in warm water, the telling sound of dishes being cleaned, a soft murmur filling the silence. Her mind begins to wander. Thoughts bubble up like foam on the surface of the water. Moments of the day, conversations half formed. The shimmering soap suds could easily carry them away, but she notices them without judgment, just as she notices each bubble as it rises and pops, temporary, impermanent. With each innocuous thought, she gently guides herself back to the present, back to the rhythm of the water and the flow of her breath. She stops for a moment, okay, holding the spoon still, feeling the warmth of the water against her skin. The sound of birds carousing outside flutters in through the open window, vibrant against the distant hum of life. The fresh scent of earth, warmed by the sunshine, weaves through the air, mingling with the aroma of lemon-scented soap, creating a bouquet of raw, unfiltered thoughts and sensations. She resumes her task, moving now to the plates, each one unique, bearing the whisper of last night's gathering, the chipped edge of one, the delicate floral pattern of another, the sizable round dish that holds the memories of shared meals. As she scrubs, she embraces the imperfections that tell stories of a friend's laughter, the delight in a child's smile, the comforting murmur of shared companionship. There is beauty in the wear. Washing dishes becomes an act of gratitude, each item a vessel of reflection. She becomes aware of the warmth radiating from her wrists and fingertips, the slight resistance of the sponge against the ceramic, the refreshing sensation of cool water cascading in waves over her hands. With each pass of the sponge, she lets go of unhelpful thoughts, what needs to be done tomorrow, worries that have settled like dust, releasing them into the depths of the gentle suds below. The task unfolds like a flower. Layers peel back, revealing the scent, texture, and essence of the moment. The clatter of a fork falling softly into the sink pulls her attention, and she already feels the sense of joy in the unexpected. It adds a note to the symphony of the moment, an echoed reminder of life's unpredictability and lightness, not to be clung to, but savored. At last, she reaches for the last glass of simple tumbler, one that has seen countless reflections of laughter. As she cradles it in her palm, she pauses, mesmerized by the way the water flows off its surface, sparkling in the sunlight, dancing with the gleam of gratitude. She runs her fingers along the rim, feeling the coolness fade beneath her warmth, and she remembers to bring the essence of this moment into herself, to let it settle within her heart. As she rinses the final item, she feels the completeness of the cycle. The water flows down the drain, sparkling with suds, small remnants of tasks accomplished, of care given to every piece held in tender faith. She wipes her hands on a towel, the soft fabric soothing against her skin, grounding her once more. Each purposeful action is a gesture of mindfulness, a prayer without words, a reaffirmation of presence, a connection to the everyday sacred. With the last towel drying the last plate, she stands at the countertop, breathing in the scent of the clean kitchen, the residual warmth still glowing in her hands. She opens the door to the garden, inviting the outside in, feeling the cool evening air brush against her cheeks. And here, in this quiet moment, she realizes that mindfulness is not found in the grand gestures of life, but in the gentle presence, woven through each mundane action, a whisper, urging her to heed life's fleeting beauty, integrating it into her very being. Today, in the ritual of washing dishes, she feels the depth of stillness that encircles her, flowing through her like the water, teaching her again how to be simply, wonderfully alive. In stillness, we find the essence of our being. In the simplest of tasks, we uncover the profound. The act of washing dishes reminds us that life flows much like water, ever changing, yet always here, carrying us forward in its quiet embrace. As we step back into our day, may we carry this awareness with us, allowing each moment to resonate, to reflect, to breathe. In the embrace of the now, we discover peace, our hearts entwined with the gentle rhythm of life unfolding.